Hello everyone and welcome back to Tabletop Fables. I'm DM Cody and we will quickly introduce ourselves.
Hi, I am Bridicus. I am playing a dying orc laying on the ground.
Very much.
Called Medrith, if that matters.
I'm not sorry.
I'm Anthony, I'm playing Cass, and I am very sad and not wanting to leave Mist.
So you're playing Cass.
Hi, I'm Jacob. I'm playing Jafar. I'm safe on the roof.
Or are you trying to fly again?
Wasn't I trying that?
I'm Lockie, I'm playing Valis. I'm playing Tiefling, the Valis part. And who is currently falling down a hole to his death.
Possibly. Yes.
Hi, I'm Ishtar from Thursday, also Zen CCG in the chat. I don't exist yet.
Not yet.
Soon. I'm wanting now. Anyway.
So last episode we made our way through the Feywilds, finding a crevice in the ground. As you led down it led through several mists doing different strange things to you when you failed your wisdom saves. We got to the bottom and there was a strange blue mist, and anyone that failed their save just wanted to stay there. They were miserable, but all they wanted to do was stay in that mist, and nothing could persuade them otherwise. Medrith came across a manhole in the ground, essentially, lifting it up, looking down to a dark swirling mist. He got to the bottom safely and found a waterfall on the wall, filling up his canteen and heading back.
And the potion bottle.
And the potion bottle.
Because it's going to matter.
One of them is going to break. It's good.
Heading back, he started climbing through the mist and breathed in deeply. And on the other end of the rope, Jathar felt the slack just disappear.
Valis.
Oh, Valius. Sorry, I assumed Jathar was helping, my bad.
That was a
You shoot wrong.
You hear a thud, you feel the rope slacken, and you hear a strange popping sound. Make a wisdom save.
Yes. Now I exist.
Better late than never, right?
Exactly. We've got 17.
So you sort of appear with a gasp, breathing in this strange blue mist, and you sort of feel this strange sadness edge at your brain, but you just push it back. It feels magical and you know how to control it. You look around and you just hear wailing and you see shapes moving through the mist.
Do I see where this pop has come from?
Roll perception.
That's going to be a no. It's 8.
How close were you to...
I'm looking down the manhole right now. I'm probably climbing up on the lip, ready to jump in.
Yeah, you look around and don't see anything but swirling mists.
Right.
You, on the other hand, are still on the roof.
Yeah.
You see the YT just disappear, and a strange, much smaller figure just appear in the mist, looking around quite surprised.
I'm gonna go find him. How far is it back to the entrance to the mist?
Not too far, probably about 30 feet from where you
Right. I'm gonna pull up my rope and I'm gonna try and lasso Cass.
are. Yep.
Like Sukas.
Roll a dex check.
5.
Yep. Are you on the roof still?
Yeah.
Roll a d6 for me.
You are going to get clotheslined.
6.
Yep, so you throw this rope out and you sort of, into the mist, it's hard to tell where you're going, but you do feel it latch around.
I will start climbing back to the entrance.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna start trying to pull whatever I got.
Yep, strength check.
Whatever I got, was it 8 cats?
18. Yeah.
Wow.
I remember.
So you start pulling it out. You were so surprised you didn't notice there's a rope around you, and all of a sudden you notice you're being dragged along the floor.
Well, this is surprising. Why is there a rope on me? Hello?
You hear this tiny voice sort of echoing through the mist as you're dragging this rope through.
Hello, is that you, Cass? Jafar has saved you.
Who's Cass?
Oh.
Still says
I
no,
try and untie the rope. Clearly I caught the wrong thing.
You've tried to lasso, the best you could do is let go of the rope.
I keep pulling. It's my rope.
After some time, the mist pulls away from you and you're being dragged up to this narrow passageway, and there's a giant white tabaxi standing above you.
Greetings, I'm Jafar, greatest rogue in the land. Give me back my rope.
Okay. Call me Cal.
Hello, I must go save Cass. He's always dying. So useless, I climb back up the roof.
Did you want a hand at that?
Sure.
Alright.
He's the grumpy dwarf. Or just dwarf.
Can I have a hand up?
Yeah.
Fair.
Can I have a hand up? I'm a bit short for this.
If you can't climb up here, you can't come up here.
Only the cool
Can't
cats
help
will.
you.
It's Jathar's
Jafar's
fun
great,
house.
but not that great.
So you're standing on the lip looking down, you jump in.
Yep, I hold my breath and I cast Feather Fall on myself.
Yeah, is that a learned spell or
Yeah.
one you're working on?
Yeah, I've already got the one.
Couldn't jump if you didn't already have the spell.
Roll a wisdom save with advantage.
Ain't good. That'd be 10.
10?
Oh, the ever increasing colour of the corpses.
You said advantage, didn't you?
Yes.
He did
That was
roll
10.
2.
It was,
They
it
were
was,
terrible.
it was 4 and 9.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
did you wanna
I was
use
like,
your
what?
It wasn't a 15.
Did you want to use your inspiration for this one?
I have inspiration?
You have
Beginning of the
inspiration?
game.
It's 11. One more. Doing good. Doing good.
You
At least I
just
don't
disappear into the darkness.
But it's only a soft thud.
Yes. Disappear. Well, does it require concentration?
No, I don't think so.
Well, then it's a soft fall to the ground where you're dead.
You shouldn't lose a death save automatically. Land on your neck.
No, I think on the other end, I'm getting the death save.
You don't know you could be sitting
You
there, like,
see
axe out.
the tiefling standing on the edge of the well and just jump in and disappear.
I think he is dead. Where's Cass?
Not wrong.
I'm gonna search for Cass again.
Yep, perception. With advantage, you knew where he was before.
17.
Yep, so you look around, most of these figures are quite emaciated, whereas you do see a very solid figure in the darkness.
Alright, I'll try and lasso him. Same thing, 5.
So you've got a pretty good beat on where he is. Now you throw it and you just notice it misses a bit, hits the floor.
Alright, I'll pull it off. Keep trying.
Eventually, you'll get it.
It's just a dwarf-shaped rock.
It's 20 pairs of boots in a crate.
Then I crawl back and I start trying to pull them out.
Yep, strength check.
17.
You feel something went around you, just who cares at this point. But then you feel it starting to pull you out of the blue mist.
Is it bricked?
Bricked
Like the ground underneath me, is it like bricked?
stone, flat stone.
Aww.
Do
I
it.
just kind of like let it like pull me as for like a bit when I start getting close to the edge. I'll try. I guess I'll like slam the hammer down into the ground and try and like hold myself there.
Yep. Contested strength check with advantage for Cass.
You don't win.
Oh, yeah, he is.
So yeah, it's a 20.
I got 10.
Yeah, so you start pulling, the line just goes taut. You pull on it and it's just not moving.
Can I pop up and observe this happening?
Yeah.
Cool. What you doing there?
I'm trying to save the useless dwarf.
It's not very nice to call your friends useless, you know.
Farfies, they are all useless. All they do is die and release bad gods. That's so annoying.
When you're
Have you
right,
asked
you're
them
right.
about it?
Why would I ask them about it?
Well, then you can know why they do it.
Jafar thinks they are stupid.
But what if they're not? They might just have a different perspective you don't understand yet.
Jafar thinks they're definitely stupid.
They might not be stupid. You should ask them about it.
Jafar has seen 2 of them jump down a hole to die.
No, you haven't seen it. You've heard it.
Japan's also jumped down a hole to die not long ago.
Hasn't
Sometimes
seen
people
the
jump down
fight.
holes. It's what makes them feel better about themselves.
Jafar thinks that's stupid.
Sometimes people need it to feel better. Here, why don't I go over and talk to them for you?
Jafar thinks that's a good idea. Go into the mist.
I'm gonna hold on to the rope and walk myself along the way to it and call out, "Excuse me, is there someone named Cass out here?"
You pull you out of the rope and there's a very burly dwarf just shaking his head at you.
Just a gentle tap on the shoulder, just like, "Excuse me, are you Cass?
Yes,
Your friend's looking for you."
he knows where I am. But look at the rope tied around me. I think they're aware.
Why don't you want to come back?
It's better in here.
Why do you think it's better in here?
It's very obviously better in here.
Yes, but why? But
Nice.
why? Why is it better?
I mean, it was better in here. Then I'm getting talked at.
So why don't you go back to your friends?
Well, there was one around here before.
Where did they go?
I don't know. I think they went to the, what I assume was the death hole.
You see ahead of you like a very large, what looks like a well built into the ground.
Well, What's your friend's name? I'll go get them back.
I think there's 2 down there.
What are the names?
Valius and Medrith.
Valius and Medra. Okay, well you go back to your friend Jathar. I'll go and look for them.
No, yeah.
I'll head over to the well.
I stay exactly where I am.
So you look over the edge of this hole in the ground, and there's a bit of a gap, and then there's a swirling black mist just filling the whole corridor.
Hello! I'm looking for a Valius and a Medra.
You get no response.
Louder. Hello! I'm looking for a Valius and a Medra.
Nothing seems to respond.
Meanwhile, in the underworld, me and Mendrith are just playing rock, paper, scissors.
Just sitting in the void.
Can I get someone wanting a horse and cart?
Roll Arcana for me.
Sure.
Oh my god, my next character should be like a horse and cart merchant.
Maybe to make a horse.
He's proficient with weapons, horse and cart.
You've got wire that swings around the
17?
17. So, looking at this mist and the mist down here, you have read about the mists of the Feywild. You know black means death if you breathe it in. If you don't have a strong enough mind to fight it, and you have to have a very strong mind to fight it.
I have a strong enough mind. Let's go.
Are you taking any precautions?
Probably shouldn't I?
Did you bring a backup character?
This is a throwaway. I don't care. Let's go.
So
She's taking all of us with her.
you Featherfall,
We're gonna leave.
is the rope still there?
Yeah.
So you do see there's a rope tied onto something. You're not sure where it goes off to the mist, and it goes down into
Cool.
this
If
hole.
it seems pretty solid, we'll use that to climb down.
Are you taking any further precautions?
DM's asked twice, so just say no.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, I don't have anything useful to do, so sure, let's just go. This is
Okay.
enough. When in doubt,
Right.
just pop away anyway.
Just light a match.
Maybe. Alright, so roll a constitution check.
Sure. That's the one I want for this. We've got
I don't know if I like
10.
10. Roll a wisdom save.
Sure. We've got a 16.
16. So you hold your breath most of the way down. You sort of get to the bottom and you start losing your breath a bit, and you take a gasp, and you sort of realise you're getting to the bottom and you just drop. And as you take a gasp, you just gasp underneath the mist. You do
I'm
hit
sure
the
enough to
ground.
miss the mist.
You hit the ground taking 7 points of damage because you do fall from a height, but you figure it's much better than breathing that gas in and dying. You do see ahead of you a giant orc and a tiefling lying on the ground.
Excuse me, are you Medrith and Valius?
Okay, can I have a very specific DM question momentarily?
Sure.
Are they like, how are they laying together?
I fell backwards off of it.
A gentle caress.
I was just hoping that like maybe Medrith kind of like fell forward and he's just kind of like, you know, ass is in the air, and Valius is just kind of just like fallen into a squat over it.
Natural bite instincts to
Yeah. If I die, I mean, I hope my body gets down like this.
But how you do find them is on the floor with slow pools of blood seeping out of them from underneath.
I would like. Yes, there is medicine. I'd like to make a medicine check on both of them, please.
Sure.
That is a. Where's my medicine score? 21 on the first one.
Yep.
Whoever looks more dead can have that one.
That was you. You were down there for longer.
And that's a 9 on the other one.
Roll a perception for me.
Sure. That is an 11.
Yep. You had a healing potion, didn't you?
No.
I do.
I have a potion that has stuff in it, like a healing potion vial.
As you're doing a medicine check on the tiefling, you're not really sure. It's beyond your capabilities. With a tiefling, it's a bit different.
I'm not used to tieflings.
Orcs are fairly similar to human physiology, but tieflings are quite different.
We have 3 livers.
But as you sort of turn him over to try to help him, you do see a small vial tucked away in his jacket.
is useful. Oh, lunk.
I was hoping you would drink it.
Alright, you take 10d10 damage.
It's one of my mist bottles.
6 HP.
So he just sort of lies completely still for a moment, and then just his eyes just flick open.
Am I like adrenaline rush or
Oh.
feel like shit?
Kind of neither, you're just kind of like aware again.
Oh.
And you're like, what happened?
Excuse me, I'm looking for Valius
Oh my
and
god, who are
Medra.
you?
My name's Cal, nice to meet you. I'm looking for Valius and Medra. Your
Well,
friends just Dara and
Med-
Casa looking for you.
well, there's gnome talk to Medrith. Medrith, he looks dead. Healing word.
Healing word? Does it work?
Yep.
It's just my magic that doesn't work? Yep, okay.
Well, yeah.
Medrith, look me in the eyes. Is there a gnome behind me?
Oh, so you must be Medra. So you must be Valius.
So I did not call him Medriff, I called him Meredith.
I said Medriff.
That one said Medra.
Small creature, what do you look like?
So Cal is a fairly short, 3'2" or 97.5 centimeters. She has black hair with a grey streak across the front, approximately here, and also in patches around, which is tied back in like a braid that goes around and then down.
There's a small
With
halfling
boxer.
behind you.
Looks like an owl.
I'm actually a gnome, not a halfling.
Okay, so either we're both crazy, or none of us are crazy.
Your friends are looking for you.
Well, we've survived the mist, so we are fine. I have the water.
Oh, so we just gotta go back up.
It might be more illusions.
There's a rope that way, you know, that's how I came down.
So, spirit guardian, gnome, halfling.
I'm actually just a gnome.
No, I'm pretty sure you're sent here from above. Don't worry.
I mean, I don't
We
ship
need
it.
help going up there.
But yes, you just used the rope. That's how I came down.
Well, I mean, if she says so, what could possibly go wrong?
I agree.
Medra,
I am strong of will. I will go first.
ascend, Medra.
I climb up the rope.
They might, the rope, might, the blackness might knock you down, but you'll get up again. And I
I'm not
inspire
kidding
you.
you.
So roll perception for me.
Me or them?
You.
Inspire him with Tom Bomber?
Just twisted and proud.
19.
Okay. So he starts walking towards this rope, and you look across the room. There's a strange waterfall in the wall. It's cascading down, and you notice above it there is a script of some sort. It's fairly worn, but there's something written in the stone.
I'll go over and look at it.
Yep. Roll another perception to see how well you can read it.
So I'm pulling up my face mask. Get ready.
Just climb up again.
We have a 14.
So you sort of spend a minute looking at it. You recognise it as silver. Roll a Constitution save with disadvantage.
So I'm going to hold my breath as I go up.
Yep, that's what it comes for.
A disadvantage? 10.
So you start.
Check or save?
Doesn't really matter at this point.
It does. Check or save?
Whichever one you would like.
I'd like to say 18.
18? Okay, sure. Roll a wisdom save.
I have the mask on. 21.
Isn't it? Can't stop.
So you hold your breath and you sort of just close your eyes, move your way out through the rope, and you just feel the mist separate around you,
Alright.
and you appear above the well.
It was easy.
Yeah, it looks super easy.
There's no one there. You're talking to a black smoke.
I know, but
Spirit gnome, Medrit's gone.
But yes, the rope.
So you start reading the script, and it says, "Names give power, magic to control, but what is broken by naming it?"
What is broken by naming it?
Medrit, the spirit gnome's talking to
Shut up,
herself.
sad boy.
I'm not talking to myself. I'm reading the Sylvan script over here.
Well, you can read la-di-da.
Well, I would hope everyone can read.
I just can't read that one.
Oh, fair
what,
enough.
What does it say?
Can you say that again so that I can read it backwards?
Names give power, magic to control, but what is broken by naming it?
Names give power, a power to control. But what is broken by naming it?
Oh, silence. I know this because I never shut up.
That makes a lot of sense. But what does silence mean in this respect?
I could cast fireball at the wall.
Can you do it silently?
Perhaps it's the silence of the dead. This is supposed to be the dead area of the Feywild. Anyway,
Quick
we should
kill 'em.
probably head back to your friends.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah.
Medrith,
Yeah.
Up at the top.
I'm not super confident in my climbing abilities,
Uh-huh.
so I'm going to tie the rope around me, and you just pull very hard, very fast.
Very well.
Do you mind if I hold on to you while he does
I
that?
suggest tying yourself on as well,
Okay.
and then I tie us both on.
Yep, you know what's coming. Con save with advantage.
19.
Yep.
And wisdom.
We have got 24.
Nice.
Yeah. So you both know what's coming. You hold your breath, and Medrith pulls you up, and out of the mist.
See? I
That
told
was
you.
much more pleasant on the way up, actually.
Anyway, your friends are over that way.
Thank you, Spirit Guardian Gnome. You
My
should-
name's Cal.
Cal, the Spirit Guardian Gnome. Nice to meet you. I'm Valis. Regular tiefling. Ooh. Mists do things to your brain.
Maybe yours.
If you head back this
Right.
way, your friend's castle will be over there, and then further along will be Jathar.
You've met the whole gang. You really...
Where's your friend?
There's another one.
Where's with the snake lady? Vil?
Oh, if you have another one, that's probably the one I transferred with.
What do you mean transferred with?
Oh, well, I have this thing. I don't really know how it works. It just does where I shift between planes, but I always have to swap with someone that's already there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how it works. It just does.
She's not a spirit.
I
No.
have questions.
No, you don't. You don't care.
You're
We
right.
should probably head back to your friends.
Yeah, you gotta switch back with Vil ASAP.
I don't know how it works. It just does.
Why does no one know how magic works?
I know how magic works.
I know a lot about magic.
So
I
do
just
I.
don't know how this works.
It's
You
Prove it.
just-
Cast a spell.
You play the flute, people stop dying. That's how magic works.
Yes, and I look at them and they stop dying. Normally.
No, I think it's the other way around for you.
Ah,
I think you look at them, they start dying.
no, that's when I hit them with my. There's something my axe.
With my
That's where it goes.
I just run away a lot, and then fire comes out of my hands sometimes.
You and Vil get along. Or
Well, I am a sorcerer, so it makes sense.
You'd be like Granny's house on fire.
yeah, would you say if you were in a granny's house and you wanted to cast a spell, what's the chance you would set her on fire?
Why would I set fire to my grandmother? That's terrible. We've
She eats people in this scenario.
But why would grandmother eat people? That makes no sense. All of us live together.
We're in the
We all live in the Warrens.
We're in. Oh. Ooh. Too much backstory.
Hey, hey, Kaz. Are you intending to leave
We were.
here?
No.
I found your friend.
If you
should
see
head
him,
back.
it's like holding the hammer.
Can I have the hammer and belt back?
I'll head out of the mist to where Jathar is.
You can have whatever you want.
Are you up in the room?
Good.
No, I'm not missing.
I take the hammer and belt.
Now
Just
can I
let
put
him
in
strip me.
Roll a strength check.
20.
You start pulling him out. Have you just been like putting him on the whole time? It's that's working. 35 minutes later.
Yeah, I see the ropes taut and I'm just like, take the belt off.
Yep.
I tackle at you and then I'm gonna basically pick up and assist.
Yeah. Between the two of you, with a 20 on that, you'll get them out.
It is a good idea for you.
I
to
have
you know.
knives. I cut the rope and run.
He's already picked you up now.
Are you
I
hot?
stab. I cut the rope and run.
Speaking of, I picked up the dwarven axe as I was using. So you do? Opposed grapple check? Yeah. 19. Sorry, 18. You win.
Yeah, like a wounded ferret, just like.
So you just feel these piercing knives. Roll 44 for me.
And then I scurry over him onto the ground and run.
You know, you really should go back to your friends. Okay. That one's really antisocial.
It's the mist.
That's how much damage you take as he stabs you.
The mist makes you want to stay inside of it.
I will get him.
You want a hand doing that?
It's fine. I hold out my hand and a giant ball appears in it. How much of a fight are you going to put up?
We're gonna find out, I guess.
To the death.
I just like to walk up to him and just clock him with it.
Sure.
I'm trying to do it non-fatally.
Well,
Ish.
There's a few ways
don't
to
always
block
get
someone unfairly.
Are you expecting it?
Aim for the collarbone.
Oh,
Aim for the
I
collarbone.
imagine I ran in there and took up cornered animal pose.
You would run back in and you would just stop carrying again, but like, call you safe, and you would just sat down in this case.
Oh, okay, cool. In that case, I just like get like 20 feet in and then just like plonk.
Cool. So I crit him with them all.
Sure.
It was nice. It was nice having a dwarf close to us.
You take 12 points of damage as the mole hits the back of your head, and then another 9 as your face flying on the ground, unconscious. But he's unconscious on the ground, only bleeding a little bit from the face.
Yep. I pick him up, carry him out of my shoulder.
Oh, good. I see you got your friend back. We should probably head back to your other friends now.
Nice.
Did you grab my knives?
I think they're still on his back.
Probably. So you see Medrith come out with Cass, you're all staying there. I'm guessing at this point wondering why you just turned around and left, since no one actually knows what's going on.
I found your friends for you, Jatho.
If I was getting them already, I think you weird person.
My name's Cal.
I'm gonna go over to Cass and slap him and see if he wakes up.
Roll a d20.
Maybe don't. Yeah.
1.
I like move
Slap
him.
Meredith.
I move him out the way and you clock me across the face instead.
You take 2 points of slapping damage.
Wow.
Slashing damage.
Does that technically mean I'm in combat? So my weapon heals me?
Farsi's Meredith. Ah, perhaps you could heal me. I'm quite injured.
Slaps him. You should heal me.
Helmet hasn't.
I have Kaz and I have Waters of the Fae. We should leave this place and go back to see the scholar.
I'm a scholar.
Can you teleport us out of the Fae, Wild?
No, only myself. No, only myself.
It doesn't get much better than accidental orc than that. It's great.
It's a those accidents.
So how do you have these waters of the Feywild on you?
I have my canteens filled and that potion bottle filled. So the canteen would be on my belt and the potion bottle in my pack.
Okay.
Are they still filled?
Far picks up the bottle and opens it and looks inside.
It's completely empty.
Huh?
It's completely empty.
Damn it, I was gonna drink some.
Is it actually empty?
Yes.
Jafar sees it as empty, Meredith. You have failed.
Check your skin.
I checked the water skin.
Well, water skin, okay, yeah, it's empty. But you're looking for exfoliation.
Yeah.
I drink some anyway. Like I see if it's like just invisible.
Rolling full
Nothing
complexion.
happens.
Cool. So we die for nothing again.
Hey,
Jafar
I was
sees
right.
as useful as ever.
Well, I mean, what did you expect? It's Feywild water. It doesn't like to leave its place. Also,
Yeah.
it's silence water. What do you expect?
It's what water?
Silence water.
I expect for one thing to work how I know it works. That's all. Just one.
Is that what you were mumbling about as I was leaving?
Aye, it was what was written on Sylvan under the waterfall.
Oh. Perhaps we need to do something more than just pick it up then.
Aye, probably. I wouldn't suggest either of you two going back down again. You nearly died.
Anyone who is proficient in Arcana, roll an Arcana check for me.
Yes.
Who's conscious?
Who also has a silence spell? Just lock me down there.
25.
Thinking about these mists, as you walk through them, you see them part around you as you go into them. You figure a spell that controls wind would probably clear the tunnel long enough to get through fairly safely.
Yeah, I wish I had that spell the whole time.
You could easily get through again if you just used something that would blow away all of the mist. Something that had like a wind spell.
Okay.
Reasons I want to play a druid.
Do you have anything?
I have somewhat above average lung capacity.
And you have no magic.
Jafar does not.
Claps really hard and the mists separate.
It's
Jafar can try and find
You
no,
said-
I'm totally going to do that and try and cast
Say
that.
silence. I open up the potion bottle and I go, silence!
You look very intently at an empty
You
potion bottle.
showed that bottle, Medrith. You showed
Somehow the potion bottle looks confused.
Aha.
I'm gonna go up and clap. I get a 6.
So Jathar walks up to it, through the mist and just claps. Nothing seems to happen.
Fine. I'm just gonna go breathe in and jump down.
Alright. Like jump to hit the bottom.
Yeah, take the damage as quick through as quick as possible.
Con save with advantage.
Wow.
2, which was my better dice.
Ooh.
Con save. Surely you have something.
Oh yeah, I mean I got like
You got a plus 20 to that, right?
I got +7, but
So you jump into the mist, hold your breath, not really calculating how far it was. You hit the ground very hard, taking 14 points of damage, and you feel a crack in your bad leg, and it just gives way underneath you.
I'm gonna walk back over. That was probably a poor idea, you know.
I am down here now. What did I need to do?
I don't know. It's been a while since I've been to the Feywild.
You soon hear an orc shout, "Silence!" at water. And then in orcish, "Silence!" Then, "Silence!" in Celestial. I assume nothing happens.
Nothing
Say it
happens.
like this and says the word silence, but specifically in Sylvan.
Silence.
Perfect pronunciation. Performance check.
Lucky I'm a charisma caster. 18.
So you hear this quietly, and you sort of try and replicate it, and it seems to work. As you say it, the waters stop in front of you and go silent. And then for a moment they start running upwards, and then they just explode into mist, and you can see a tunnel ahead of you.
Did that work?
There is a tunnel ahead. I will check it out.
Don't die.
I haven't yet.
I feel like maybe he shouldn't go alone.
Jafar thinks you
Do I
should
see anything down the tunnel?
It's just a long tunnel, black obsidian-looking walls and roof, and it looks like it's covered in sand.
Alright. Yeah, enjoy that 6 healing.
Dope. I now have 11 HP.
You can follow if you wish. And I head down.
How?
I will walk.
Will you?
Can you?
If you wait a moment, you can borrow my quarterstaff. It might be a bit short for you.
You don't know about this? Screw. But I will use
I
my...
heard a crunch.
I will turn my weapon into a quarterstaff.
So your speed would be halved at the moment.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Excellent.
So you get up and start walking down this corridor.
I'll go get your friends.
If you wish.
Everyone else, he's found a tunnel. You should probably go back.
Wait, where am I?
I just dumped on the ground outside the mist.
Jafar's using as a chair and he's pulled out a bottle and he's just drinking.
You probably really should go with your friend, you know.
I'm gonna have a headache.
Jafar takes care of it, will be fine. She's died many times before.
It's probably a wise idea to go with your friend. After all, a party is a family.
Box on me.
Can I just do like a check to wake up Cass, or will I need to heal?
Medicine check.
14, whatever medicine is. 15.
You sort of slap him a bit, he just doesn't seem to wake up. You shake him, he's not waking up. You sort of stop for a second and think, and you pull out some tiefling rum and wave it under his nose, and you just, with a start, eyes open.
Oh, I get it.
Does he sprint towards the mist?
No, it's been long enough now that he doesn't feel compelled anymore.
Oh,
Now you should probably go help your friends, all of you.
that's smart.
As you bring your hand around, it's just covered in caked blood.
Jafar has a better idea. Who wants to play some cards?
Or you can go with your friend.
What's going on?
You should go with your friend.
Who's
Medrith.
this?
My name's Cal, and nice to meet you.
I said, who are you? Not what's your name?
Cal,
Jafar does not know. She's some
It's about to
weird
ask who he is.
apparition.
you're a cast, right?
Probably from the mist. Just ignore it. It'll go away.
Medrith is where?
He went through a tunnel that
Roll a
was through the
perception
Feywater.
check.
8.
Where's
So you
Vavana?
start walking away, mirrored
She's
walls.
disappeared.
Just keep
I
moving
believe
in.
she's the one I popped with.
Where's what?
The one that I popped with.
Pops.
Yes.
It's magic terminology you wouldn't understand.
Run me through this. What?
Okay, so hi, my name's Cal. Nice to meet you. I have this weird thing. I don't know how it started or why it happens, or it just does. For some reason, I randomly shift between planes, but whenever I swap, I always have to pop with someone else, so we swap positions. So I believe your friend is the one I must have popped with.
So have you ever been to the fire plane?
To the which what?
To the fire plane or any of the other elemental?
Oh, many times.
So
Terrifying.
who'd you swap with?
I don't know. I usually never meet them because I always swap with someone else by then.
Alrighty then. Yep.
We should probably go with your friend Vedrith. He's found a tunnel.
I don't really want to go back in there.
Oh, it'll be fine. Trust me. You really shouldn't leave your friend alone. He could die.
Yeah, he'll be fine. He kind of wants that.
I mean, that's probably not a good thing for his mental health. It's probably not a good thing for his mental health if he wants to die. So you should probably go check on him.
I'm not one to judge. It's alright.
Roll a perception check.
Magnus does not want to die. He just believes that if someone in this group is to die, it should be him.
Potato.
No, it's not. It's very different. Ideally, he wants no one to die. 13.
Okay. As you walk these, you're sort of looking at yourself in these mirrored black obsidian walls with minimal light, but you see these strange words that you don't recognise just drift past you in the reflection and then disappear.
When you say release,
No,
Break glass here to exit.
Abbathor's grandfather is unleashed.
That's
the
right. No.
Sun Eater. Yeah, let's keep walking.
You really all should get back to your friend. He could die. Come on.
I think it's time for you to brave the mist, Cass.
You'll be alright.
agrees.
We're all in this together.
You first.
I walk in.
Here, shake my hand. We'll go together.
No.
Come on, it'll be fine.
Just give me a minute. I'm still bleeding out.
Oh, you'll be fine.
By the
It'll
way,
heal.
you've lost your memory.
I'm happy. I'll walk straight in.
Come on, it'll be fine.
If you come in the mist, there's dwarven ale.
No, there isn't.
Because
Because I poured it all out.
No, I've got some.
Oh, what?
We went to war now.
Come in.
No.
Have a drink.
I don't want to. If I'm going to walk in there, I want to be a little bit pissed first. I don't want to walk in there and then get drunk. Then I'll just be drunk and sad and not want to leave.
I'll hand you some dwarven ale.
I don't trust that that's dwarven ale.
I also hand you a bottle.
Good call.
So while your friends are arguing about whether they should bother saving you,
So
roll another
my
perception.
leg's still quite hurting,
Yes.
so I'm going to take the quarterstaff and push it against my leg and try to summon some of that healing energy from it.
Yep.
Any chance it works?
Doesn't work.
Okay.
But roll another perception.
17.
So you keep looking at these words sort of swirling through the reflection. Everything else looks right except for these words that just float in the air. And you sort of look around to try and gauge it, and you realise you've made almost no distance. You're only about 5 feet into this passage.
He's doing good.
Do the words look
Okay,
like
put some
anyone
gas in that bottle that he just
you're
drank.
familiar with?
You saw the scratchings above the waterfall to start with. It looks like the same language.
Silence. Sylvan again.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to do anything.
We really should get back to your friend. He could die. I don't think any of you others speak Sylvan, and I think they only use Sylvan inside. So he might die if we don't go back.
That's right. I got it. Where's Medrith?
Down this way. Follow me.
No. Hole? What direction?
This way. Follow me.
Straight ahead?
Yes, you'll see this
I
one.
just dead run. And then just straight in there, and then the moment I start to see the hole, I'm just gonna.
Did anyone tell him about the death mist?
This is fine.
Oh no, I'm running through the hole, down, and I'm just going to drop.
Yep.
Drop and roll.
Holding my breath the whole way.
Roll a con check with disadvantage.
So that's 9.
Wisdom save.
Oh, just scratch you out.
Not 20.
So you head down, jump in, and you sort of open your eyes and you see this black mist, and it surprises you, but you gasp, and you fall to the bottom, and you take 5 points of damage as you just thud to the ground. With a big lung full of black mist, you breathe out and just exhales.
I feel the most badass that I have all day, and it's because I'm drunk.
Now we really should go after your friends now.
I agree, you should go after them.
Does he see me?
Yeah, you see Medros just seeming to be walking on.
No, he doesn't.
Okay, no, you don't.
Because Medros has got frustrated and he knows all about how to solve this problem.
Of course he does.
He's got his quarterstaff propping him up, and so you see he's got like this giant golden hammer just and there's words on the wall, and he's like looking for one to hit.
I'm gonna let this play out.
That one looks important. Smack.
You hit the wall with the hammer.
Yep.
As you hit it, it just jars, and this blast of energy bounces back at you, doing 6 points of damage, and you're knocked into the wall behind you.
It's always a bad idea.
We should really head back to friends now.
Can I have my stuff back now? Thank you.
I'm now going to head inside because clearly they need help with the Sylvan.
Yep. So you know how to navigate it now. Did you pass your wisdom save, or you didn't
Yes.
have to? You did? Yeah.
I'm good.
So you start climbing down through the mist, holding your breath to be safe, but you get through the bottom safely.
What does this say, Kaz?
And it's not dwarven script. I can't help you.
Well, no,
I
because it's
assume
Sylvan.
it's not dwarven script.
Well, no, because it's Sylvan.
What does this say, halfling spirit?
Cal, and I'm actually a gnome.
Okay. What does this say, car?
Cal.
And then any one of you. Car, Kaz, catamaran, cart.
But I mean,
Horse.
my first name's actually Carlin, but I go by Cal because it's easier.
Callius Cathar.
Car, what does this say?
Roll perception.
Sure. $11.
Yep, it says, behind Levi more the take you more the.
I think it's slightly out of place. Behind the lever, behind the. Let me wait for a bit more script.
You watch for a moment, it rolls past, saying, behind Levi more the take you more the.
Behind leave, I the more take you the.
The more you leave, but the more you take, the more you leave behind.
That makes sense.
I think that came. I think that was right.
So
That
what if
does
it's
make a lot of
the more you
sense.
leave, the more you take behind?
I don't really want to take anything behind.
Well, we heard what you wanted to see at the bottom of the well before.
I'm going down in there as well.
Yeah, did you pass your wisdom save?
No, I've just been holding my breath the whole time.
With advantage?
I don't this time.
Yeah. Roll a wisdom save.
16.
You hear a thud.
Oh, Betty, it's nice of you to join us. Where's the other one as well?
You see him just like bleeding a little bit from the mouth.
Kaz,
Yeah, I'm about to cure him. Walking over to him. Check a cure wounds in him.
my magic is not working, so be cautious.
6.
Yeah. So you sort of hit the ground, your eyes close, and then shortly after they open, a bit of blood just dripping from your mouth.
I love this mist so much.
Are there any stalactites on the roof?
On the roof of the cave, down the bottom? No.
No, up top, where the mist is.
There's cracks and crevices, but no stalactites.
Yeah, nothing I could tie her up to.
If you rolled well enough on your performance check to tie it on, you'd probably be able to get it around a part that's broken.
I will try and tie it on. I got a natural 20, so that works.
So you find like a bit of the roof where you've been holding onto, it's fairly chipped in and it goes in, and you manage to get the rope up and around it and you tie it around another piece.
Yeah.
Pulling it together, you pull down and it feels very secure.
Yeah, so I would like to try and use the rope as like and tie it around myself and wrap around. And obviously I've been in the circus before, so I'd like to rappel down as a rope trick.
Yep.
And I'm gonna pull
I'll
out
give
a
you-
bottle of mist to use for air.
I'll give you a dex save with advantage.
Happy mist.
Not that it matters. What is my dex? 15. I'm sorry, 17. 18.
Okay. Yeah, so you managed to get through pretty easily.
And I'm really happy about it.
Oh, good,
Really
now everyone's
happy.
together again. Now you can actually tackle this properly.
Welcome to the bottom of the world, Thar.
Greetings, Tavares. Very happy. Would you like some mist?
Oh, he's on the mist again, boys.
I'm actually a girl.
Good guys.
I feel like I can fly.
I'm actually flying. I'm flapping my wings as I'm tied to the string rope.
So Jafar's just like hanging about 3 foot above the ground, grinning at you, flapping his arms.
And he still believes he can fly.
I think he is doing it though. I'm so proud.
Oh, did
The
he
most
get affected by the
beautiful
free will mist?
scene.
Yes.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
And he jumped all the way down. It was quite hilarious.
That would be.
At least he remembered a rope. Someone might have forgotten.
How is the black mist within reach of us?
Not. I mean, probably about 15 feet above the bottom, where it starts.
What do you think? You're jumping up, taking a whiff?
No, I'm gonna that bottle you gave me. I'm going to finish it off and then scoop some of it up. I could kill someone with this.
Just when he has his death wish again.
Great idea,
That's
Cass.
the drink of all my ale. Magic.
You can always get more.
Jafar has ale. Would you like some ale?
Oh god, he's absolutely buzzing.
Forgive you.
Give him a bit of time, he'll get out of it.
I don't know how much of that gas he's got. He might have got a lifetime supply.
I mean, if he does, then he'll die a happy man. And in only about half an hour.
Oh god.
I heard a story in my tribe about you do not follow the meat into the forest, like the cooked meats, because there may be creatures from the Fae there. Do you think this is something similar?
Ah, it could be. Could be.
Is there anything on the walls or anything in this tunnel?
No, now that the waterfall's disappeared, it's just a very smooth, round room. The floor is cobblestone here, which is a bit different where it's all been flat rock before now.
And what were the words that were going around again?
That were going around? They were... Behind leave I more the take you more the...
I start walking backwards. This is 90% of the time the solution to half of the wizard's rules, guys. Just walk backwards.
So you're walking backwards through the corridor?
Yep.
So you see what essentially looks like a moonwalking tiefling on the spot, backwards.
Rather impressed.
It's bad.
Thank you, I've been working on this.
I do not have any meat on me though, so I cannot leave stuff. Although Grandma seemed to wish for our flesh, I can always leave some.
Who's Grandma?
Don't skin yourself. I told you about Grandma. You remember
I
Grandma.
mean-
She eats people.
That's
Oh, the very
not a
scary one.
terrible
That makes
idea.
no sense.
Yeah.
Right.
Viljana slew her. It was brilliant.
That's the one I popped with, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right.
She cooked her alive. If we had some of her meat.
I feel like you're very fixated on the meat at the moment, Medrith.
But that is the myth. That is the tale they tell. The path of meats.
Well, I'm sure Jathar, greatest rogue in the land, has like a whole barrel of meat.
Jafar does not have any meat. He needs to make room for his alcohol.
Alright, fair enough.
Alright, well, I start dumping, drop my bag off, and I take my armour off, and I essentially get,
Please do not undress any further.
I mean, he can if he wants
take
to.
my pants off.
Well, you have done like a naked jump across icebergs before.
Yeah.
I basically get everything off except for turning down to just the clothes, the belt, the circlet.
Yep.
That's it. And then start scanning around and see if I can find a doorway or something.
Where are you looking?
The whole room.
Yep, so you start searching around the room.
Yeah.
It's just solid wall. You can't seem to find anything.
And up.
There's a well with black mist in it, but nothing else.
But there is a corridor we just can't go down.
Yes.
Well,
And the walls look like polished obsidian.
I'll try that then. I'll try walking down that. Leave all my crap underneath in the middle of the wall. I'll try and walk through.
So you step in and you start walking forward. Just take a few steps, you look behind you and you just don't seem to be moving.
Well,
I'm moonwalking next to you. It's a pretty good workout though.
Stairmaster.
I'm
Starting
gonna walk
star
up to
jumps.
where they're sort of walking. I'm gonna look at my image in the obsidian. Just drop like a cooking fork. See if there's anything interesting in that reflection.
It doesn't seem to change it.
I will see if I can walk further than them.
You two look up and just see a wall of these people like pressed against each other, trying to get down this narrow corridor.
I'd like to just push Kaz further.
Yep, so you go to push him and you just can't. Your hand's stuck on him.
Can I feel the barrier, or is there just like...
It feels like you're walking. You're just not.
Right.
So you're right, it is a great workout.
Mm-hmm. One miss.
I take
These calves are going to be toned, boys.
I take a few steps away. It's like, perhaps yours. My leg is, yes. And I just look at one of the walls.
Oh, do you have a bone leg?
Yes. The fall did not help.
Is it more
Oh,
than
Auntie
usual?
Jarana always had one of those.
Hmm.
She had this tincture that she'd always rub into it, and she'd have to use this splint thing that would tie onto it.
Yes. Was she also stabbed by Drow?
No,
Are you sure?
no, she fell down a rabbit warren. Wasn't one of our warrens, so it broke her leg, and she never fully healed from it.
Did you get vengeance on the rabbit?
I believe so.
Good.
It was a good meal.
Is it more done than usual?
Yes, I think it. Yes, I think I twisted it and perhaps even pulled the ligament slightly as I landed.
You may have also just broken it.
It does not feel broken.
Let me have a look at it. I'd like to do a medicine check because
Sure.
I'm still doing partially in the voice. I'd like to do a medicine check to see how broken his leg is.
While walking forward, the obsidian, it's because it's reflective, right? Does it just feel like normal obsidian? Or am I
Very
wrong?
smooth. But yeah, more or less normal.
13.
13?
So I pull the armor off and it just sort of flows off me.
And you see the leg, it looks fairly bruised and it's already swelling a bit. Looking over it, you don't think it's broken, maybe it has some fractures in it. But it looks like it would probably recover as long as it was given rest.
Oh, you should be fine. It's probably only got some deep tissue bruising. If you give some time for it to rest, you should be fine.
Then I rest against the wall, cross my arms.
Scale a bit.
I mean, I'm more.
Well, it's just natural.
I mean, more just sitting down and resting your leg up. If you also had something cold to put on it, it would help as well. Take out the swelling of the bruising.
I do not.
I only have attack spells that are cold, so can't help you there.
Freeze the leg off.
Are either of you proficient in intelligence?
Do you mean anything specific?
That's a trick question.
Intelligence.
I mean, I'm proficient in Arcana, History, and Religion.
Investigation.
I'll let you roll investigation.
Not good. 10.
Yeah, you're sort of looking through this room trying to figure out how you possibly get through and you just can't seem to piece it together.
Yeah, that is exactly what I was thinking.
Maybe if you cover your face and try and run through.
Alright, I'll do that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's not
How much
working.
air is in this bottle?
In the bottle you've got,
I thought you filled up your bag of holding with it.
I did, but then I pulled out a bottle so I could breathe it when I came down.
you probably have enough to take a few, probably 5 lungfuls.
I'm just gonna keep bringing
Can't
it in
believe
until
you're
it runs
high
out
on
right now.
helium.
Happy smoke.
Yeah. You can't stop breathing in once you start.
So the ground of this
You're on the
tunnel
nitrous
is
side
sand.
now.
Yes. And the walls and roof obsidian.
To a dwarf might it look like crushed cobblestone.
No, it looks very much like sand.
The reflection, does it seem like a normal reflection, like moving around, copies normal movements, nothing weird
Yep.
about it?
I'd like to take a mirror out and do a mirror against the obsidian mirror and see what happens.
Yep, so you sort of look at the mirror, everything looks exactly the same but in reverse, but you do see as the words go past, it says the more you take, the more I leave behind.
The more I take, the more I leave behind.
Is there anything to take here?
No.
Wait. So reading it, it says the more you take.
The more I leave behind.
Okay. I pick all my crap back up.
So 10 minutes later, you've got your armor on.
Yeah, no shit.
Oh, I was taking the necessary pause.
10 feet.
Feel free to try other things, guys.
If Jafar runs out of air now, he'll
More
untie himself and just stand in the portal.
Yeah, you would have.
Yeah.
Wouldn't last too long.
You can take the sand, or perhaps you can leave some water so that we get their water.
Wait, where's the sand?
The floor of the passageway is just covered in sand.
Oh, is it black sand or?
Just normal sand. Looks like beach sand.
I pick up some sand.
Yep.
And I take it out of the hallway and put it on the ground outside.
Yep, so there's a small pile of sand now on the cobblestone.
We've accomplished something.
Sandcastles? Sandcastles? I'm hearing sandcastles.
Jafar starts building a sandcastle in a tunnel.
Sandcastles are an excellent idea.
You can't build a sandcastle while it's dry. I'm just like.
Good thing we have Fey water right here.
Yeah.
Fey sandcastle.
Where's the Fey water?
Yeah, I thought it exploded and made the tunnel.
It exploded?
Mist.
Water explode.
Oh god, there's much more violent than I remember.
Wait, is there mist still there?
No.
Okay.
It sort of mist and then it just faded.
So how deep is the sand we're using for sandcastles?
How deep is it?
Yeah.
How high are you piling it up?
Well, we can at least make sand art. Look, if you do it like this and you pick up some of the sand like this, you can put it out all in this place
Jafar
and
is
you can make
building a
sand art with
fabulous
it. You see?
castle.
It's not really a castle, it's more just like piles of sand in lumps because you don't have anything to keep it wet.
Imagination is key.
I make some sand art.
It's okay.
It's not, I'm not feeling the sand art today,
Good
boys.
question, actually.
I think you should leave some water. I do not have any anymore.
Are you sure? Why wouldn't you have any water?
Because I emptied all my water out to take the other water.
Can I have a look?
There's nothing in there.
No water? Alright.
I will pour a little bit of my water onto the ground for you. Is that what you wanted it? Wherever you wanted the water.
I think this might be what it's meaning.
I pour some water out.
Is anyone proficient in wisdom?
As a saving throw or
Wisdom proficiency skill.
insight?
Insight.
Perception.
Insight, perception, survival.
Yeah, if you got wisdom perception, I'll let you roll.
Sure.
Perception.
Wow. It's two
Well,
ones.
I get a 1. I know exactly what's happening. I start punching the wall.
I get a 12.
17.
I watched Abbathor as he's solving all the problems.
You watch them go in and pull out more sand. One thing you notice, it was perfectly flat before, and now it's just their footprints moving through the sand. You notice the sand sort of slowly fills in as they're coming out.
Interesting. Wait a second, I want to try something. All of you step off the sand for a moment.
I'm still putting on my armor.
Jafar climbs into the tunnel.
Okay,
Punching it.
now that you're all out of the sand for a moment, I've got an idea. I'm going to use my quarterstaff and make like a massive divot spreading the sand on each side so there's like a trough,
Yep.
just to see it fall back in again.
So you do this, it starts separating and it just slowly trickles back in.
Perhaps this will help. And I changed my quarterstaff into a shovel. I once saw a knight who had a shovel. I sort of step up on my soul leg and walk over and I'll just start doing it myself.
I don't know what it's going to achieve, but I noticed that the sand was moving back in. Thought it might have something.
If you watch, I will dig.
You keep digging and keep digging the sand up.
Yep.
It keeps filling itself in
What's happening outside the tunnel with all the sand?
outside the tunnel. It keeps building up.
Just kick it around.
Free sand, guys. We found free sand. We're going to start a sand business. It's going to be great.
Yeah, we just have to mine down to here. I think we could also make a lot of money off of the gases of the Feywild.
Yeah,
I don't
just
think that
new
they would
enterprise.
appreciate
Oh,
that
yeah.
very much.
Glass and Feywild gases.
We're
You'd
just-
be drug lords of Waterdeep like that.
we set up like a Zen garden up top with all the free sand we've got, and then we just give out like free shisha. Well, wait, not free. We charge people for shisha, and it's just happy gas, cold. You know, you just mix and match. It's great.
So what you're doing is not working.
So, I've got an idea. Try throwing it at the obsidian or throwing it forward.
Drop forward down the corridor.
Yep, so it just disappears into the darkness.
Interesting. So that's the only thing that's allowed to go through.
You throw the shovel
Yeah.
and it and hits something further down.
Can I go further?
You can't, no.
I have an idea. Fill your shoes with the sand.
Tell me what, you fill your shoes with the sand and you give it a shot.
I too hate having sand in my shoes.
I fill my shoes with the sand and start walking.
Yeah.
I'm wearing plate armor and I'm not putting sand in my boots.
So you start walking, take a few steps forward, you look behind you, it just doesn't seem like you're moving.
And that's why I didn't do that.
Now you have sand on your shoes as well.
Free sand.
That
Pocket
makes it sound
sand.
a lot better. I do fill my pockets with sand.
Who wants to try eating some of the sand?
Fine.
It's not that bad, but pretty gritty.
Chipar would like to pick up some sand and throw it in front of him and try and walk forward.
Yep, you throw the sand
Yes,
forward, you
make
try
a
and walk
path with
forward.
the sand.
The sand goes ahead of you, you walk and just, you're not moving forward.
I feel like we're really
I sit
attached to the
down.
sand now.
In the tunnel.
Okay, alright.
Can we make
So,
a full
has anyone
round?
felt the bottom of this yet? Like, of the sand
No.
yet? I'm gonna try and get in and try and
God, I've never
dig
seen a
and
dwarf burrow
shovel.
before.
Yep, so you dig down, how far do you go?
I try and get under.
Sure. You see Kaz like frantically digging at the sand, pushing himself down into it, and you see it slowly rippling over the top of him.
A true burrowing dwarf. I never thought I'd see this side.
And I try and once I
So his
feel
little
like
fluffy tail disappearing.
it's my beard. Once I feel like I've gotten enough under, I'll try and move forward underneath the sand.
Sure.
Give it a shot.
So you're buried in sand and you just can't claw your way forward.
Can I keep going under?
You're struggling more and more now as it's getting deeper and you're getting buried by sand and your breath's starting to run out pretty quickly.
I try and dig up there.
Dig up, dig up!
Dig up, stupid!
So you just see a sandy dwarf head just pop out of the sand
Is it just his head and the rest of his body just in case?
at the moment until he claws his way out.
It
How
didn't-
did the
I
original-
was just say that for him. It didn't work.
I
Good to
start
know.
sand castling a body on him. For his
Far
little
helps.
Is it a lady body?
It is a lady body for you.
I start pushing enough of the sand to make like a solid platform on the pathway. And just like
Yep.
keep doing that and pushing along the way just to make a really solid, thick path.
Sure, I mean it was already covered in sand.
Yeah, but a really thick one.
So as you pile the sand up on top of it, it starts trickling to the sides and evening out.
I want to see if a nice thick path will mean we can walk across it.
If you take some sand from outside and bring it inside, what happens to the
I'm
sand?
gonna sit on the cobblestones and I'll summon my weapon back.
Yep.
And I'll essentially try to contact Marwin. You normally tell me what to do in situations like this, bird. Where are you?
Doesn't seem to respond.
I know it's not cold like you wish. Out from the wilds.
Roll an insight.
14.
14? Okay, that's not too bad. Out of everything you've done so far, the only thing that seemed to work is throwing something down there.
Throw me, throw me, throw me.
Yeah,
I grab him and throw him.
Sure. Roll a strength check.
You don't have to roll high.
Nat 20.
You roll,
Roll a d10.
higher than you need to.
How solid is this wall? 4.
So you see Medris just pick up this tiefling and hurl him down the corridor, and you see him crash and roll into the sand. Further than anyone's been so far.
Haha, world record! Let's put tiefling throwing on the next Olympics, guys.
Yes.
Am I staying put or am I slowly...
No, you're about 10 feet in.
I'd do a little bit of my moonwalking.
You start walking backwards, he retreats into the shadow.
I do this.
Interesting. Perhaps it's just about getting past that border. Throw everyone else.
Okay.
And then try to project yourself across.
Throw yourself.
Roll a intelligence check, I'm going to go with.
21.
You're feeling pretty strong, like your legs sort of hurt a bit as you sort of caught it a bit throwing the
Just like
tiefling, but
handstand across.
you know if you throw everyone first, there's no way you're going to be able to jump on that leg and get across.
Yeah. I know, but they all need to be able to get past.
I'm not really a jumper.
I Wait,
Alright, I got the most chance to throw you.
is anyone on the side with me now?
Well, I'm
No.
guessing if you throw Jafar, so if you throw those two, you'll be able to get it pretty easily. Cass, you'll need a strength check for.
I was
Just saying,
thinking.
if anyone's on my side, we'll throw a rope. Maybe.
I was gonna try and throw
Oh
you.
yeah, throw a rope across.
Because it's easier
Try
for
and
me
grab.
to throw you and somebody else to throw me because no one else is going to have a chance of getting you through. Yeah, my feet are like.
That's a good idea. If we've got a rope, we can throw a rope back across and see if that works, and see if we can drag someone across.
I have an idea though. Can I borrow your hammer?
Sure.
I just throw the hammer and let it try to pull me.
He's gonna fall this shit.
You throw the hammer and your arm just stops in front of you holding a hammer. If you let
It's
go
a
of
bad
it, right?
idea.
It's a bad
Maybe
idea.
if you threw it while Jethar was holding it.
Or
What
just
if you tie a rope to the hammer so that you throw it, but you keep the end of the rope, and then that way, once the hammer is on the other end, then you pull yourself across.
I would do that with my weapon because I can bring it back if needs be. I would just finish throwing you all except Kaz. He can throw me.
Okay.
And then I guess I'll try and hardcore.
Can anybody move magically?
I mean, these moves are magical, but
And on fire.
but maybe not what you're looking for.
Yeah, nope.
Very well. I will throw you all and then throw some rope and you try to pull me. These require intelligence and knowledge. I'm not my strong suit.
You made a really good idea about the throwing.
Well, as long as all the future problems involve throwing it or hitting, we are fine.
I'm sure it'll be fine then.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I'll just throw them all.
Alright, get lobbing.
So who's throwing who? I mean, these three across.
No, I'll just throw them all.
Yeah.
In Medrith's mind, Kaz, it's more important, you guys.
Yep, you get held, despite your best efforts.
But I will throw a rope.
It's dwarf tossing time.
and we will try and pull him.
Yep. So you start pulling the rope. Make a strength check. Whoever's pulling.
Oh, I mean, I figured that'd be. I mean, sure, go for it.
I assume I'm getting help.
No.
No.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't
Wasn't
matter.
close at all.
So you
It's
see
real heavy, guys.
Valius grab the rope and start pulling, and you feel it like tugging your hands a bit, but you're not even putting pressure on it.
Perhaps the one with the magical belt.
Oh.
I can't tell. That was
Oh, you mean the belt of strength?
Alright, just wrap it around the arm, lean into it, and see if I can pull him through.
Yep.
As he leans to pull, I jump, so I'm in the air.
Yep. So you jump, so you're in the air,
I'm
and you feel
hindering
them pull you
you, sorry.
forward a bit, but not far enough, and you hit the ground, and you just feel yourself slam against nothing, as you just feel like you're being dragged, but it's not dragging you.
I walk back towards Medrith.
Yep.
And if I try to walk back, I can't.
How close to Medrith are you getting?
I'm right next to him.
Yeah, if you step through to where he is, yes, you are stuck.
I try to jump forwards.
Yeah, you jump and hit the barrier.
Throw me again.
Can we throw each other at the same time?
That's a good idea. You should try it.
I will 100% throw you right now. Watch this happen.
What?
I don't even know what we're rolling. That's strength of 15,
Wow.
athletics of 8 and 18.
Amazing. If that's athletics, 14.
So you see them sort of step back off the sand, put their arms around each other, both run and jump and push each other forward and just face plunge.
So,
To the
you go far
end.
enough?
Fart lost loudly.
I have an idea.
You more or less trip each other over.
What if you jump off the wall and get your reflection to throw you? I don't know. Try something.
I'll just throw
Yeah, it's
Val.
like jumping off the wall.
I'll throw
I-
Valius
Do
over.
parkour.
I jump up and do a ninja warrior. And then try and like scamper along.
So you do it and you just feel yourself, as soon as you slam in, it just starts sliding with how mirror finished this wall is.
Do any of you
Damn, this craftsmanship is impeccable.
have spider crawl? It's a spell I've seen used a few times. It allows you to walk on all over all sorts of surfaces.
Someone I've seen use it before.
Yes, none of my magic is currently
Oh, that's
working.
right. That's right.
Also, these surfaces are too slippery.
Oh, fair
from my understanding.
Fair enough.
I'll just throw Valius, and then he'll sit down and wait.
Yep.
For them all to solve everything.
To come with us. I walk back. Matt, what have I told you about throwing me?
It's a little bit further that time.
How are we gonna get Metro over here?
No, well,
Find the waters and come
Wait,
back.
wait. There could be an off switch. I searched the other side for an off switch.
There's no switch.
what did his axe dig into?
Which axe?
Didn't he throw an axe?
He threw his axe and just hit the sand.
Okay.
So you do see a gouge still in the sand where the axe hit earlier.
If I walk back, can he push Meredith in so he moves down?
No.
Yeah, throw. I will attempt to throw.
Like, guys, just go ahead.
Okay, I'll let
You,
him
guys,
push.
you probably would have solved everything by now if you just left me.
No. Leave no man behind.
This is the true puzzle.
But the problem is, what if we get through it, there's no way back, and then we find a way out of the Feywild?
And
Can
you're stuck
Jafar attempt to
behind.
hop step through by like pushing himself in mage hand?
Pushing yourself with mage hand.
Yep.
I mean, roll insight.
Just air walking with your mage hand.
Not a high DC.
Is it free?
No.
No.
Jafar,
It's actually 1, actually.
Jafar, I actually have an idea. Put Medrith in your bag, put you in your bag, tie a rope to your bag, I pull you back across.
Jafar does not have rope.
Well, that plan's foiled.
I
If only
have,
rope existed.
I have rope. I forgot to tie some off.
Please do my exact plan, but replace Jafar's rope with your rope.
Jafar likes his plan better.
Oh, it's the other
And like quickly, my eyes quickly flick to like the rope that's hanging down, and then it's like, oh dear. Can I fit in the bag of holding?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You squeeze in.
Oh, you're holding in your hand.
There's air
That's
in there.
fascinating.
There's air in there.
Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I still take a deep breath just in case it takes 14
Doesn't know
minutes.
that.
It does. Hasn't he been filling it with?
Yes, he has.
It's gonna be
He's
great.
going to be coming out very happy.
I tie a rope to one end of the bag and then I check the other end down and then I hop in.
Yep.
If
Wait, I wait to see if
Wait,
the
wait.
rope goes through.
if I don't
The
pull
rope
you
goes
out,
through as you throw it.
if I don't pull you out in 30 seconds, I say this to both of them before they get in the bag. Just climb out yourself.
You can't climb out yourself.
You can't climb out yourself? Oh, I'll just walk down and get them then. Anyway. Alright. I see if I can pull them across.
So you have this bag of holding tied to the rope. You start pulling it, and you see it just isn't being pulled once it hits the wall.
I walk back down and take them out of the bag.
Hi! Wow,
They're both really
Jafar
happy
is
to
so
be
happy. What are you gonna say?
I want to see how to measure.
You should have tried to
That
flick
is
it.
That's terrifying.
Happy measure, throw me. Oh, thank you.
Let's go sailing through the air.
I just thought follow soon after.
Yeah.
I just land like.
Jafar flashes with his eyes.
But then the bag of holding follows after.
Is the reflection on this side the same?
Yes.
Is there any more writing on the walls?
No.
I throw some sand over there.
The waters may seriously be in the next chamber. Just look.
Can we keep
I
walking
will
now?
get
You can?
and see what's
Yeah,
there.
I start walking.
So you walk for about 30 feet, and you hear a strange rushing sound. And it's fairly dark down here, but you do see something moving ahead of you. As you continue down, you see it seems to be a wall of molten sand, just pouring up and down.
Molten?
As in liquid, it's moving like lava, but it's granules of sand.
Getting off heat.
Like sand does when it's incredibly hot.
I say hello there in Sylvan.
Sure.
Hello there.
Does it look liquidy in the nature that it is falling?
Put my shield.
Strangely, yes, but it's definitely sand as you look at it.
I'm going to touch it.
I was going
yeah.
to put my shield into it, but sure, go for it.
So as you do, the sand sort of hits your fingers and flows around it, and you do see words across the sand.
Magic.
I'm going to read out the words first in Sylvan and then translate them.
It says, 2 bodies in one, the longer I stand, the faster I run.
2 bodies in one. The longer I stand, the faster I run. Oh, 2 bodies in water put into one. So, the longer I stand, the faster I run. The longer
I-
it stands still.
Her hand seems fine.
Yeah, seems to be.
I put my hand in and keep going Do I feel it come to a different side, or is it just sand the whole way?
It's just sand the whole way.
Okay. Is it falling onto floor, or is it like a cliff?
It's falling into more sand below you and going up into the roof.
Is there any breaks in the sand anywhere?
Only under the fingers that have been put in there. You see some small breaks before it reforms.
Alright. Is it going up or going down?
Coming down.
Alright. I tie a rope. Actually, I still have a rope. I'll tie my rope around me, hand it to... I'll drop the hammer and then tie it around that.
Salted.
You can hold it. That's just an anchor point. You also hold the rope.
And then jump into the sand.
And I'll get the shield up and try and walk through it.
Yep.
as best
So
I
you
can.
see Cass step into this flowing sand and start walking forward. And very similarly to before, you see him just not moving. He's walking, but not seeming to get anywhere.
Can I say anything while I'm in there?
Sand all around you.
I join you under your shield. It said something about two bodies. This might make a difference.
How you doing?
Yeah, good. I like your shield. It's very roomy.
And now just imagining with tiefling height versus dwarf height, just like crouched.
Yeah, you're.
He's just like little legs just like in the air.
Well, I feel like more like I'm sitting there with the shield over me, you're just like.
I'm just like a ball next to me.
So as you're watching them sort of walk in, I'll get you two to roll perception checks for me.
I'm getting a short rest.
Sure.
20.
22.
Yep, so you both notice that while it looks like a falling sheet of sand, when you really focus and scan it, it seems to, about midpoint up the wall, come in, tapers a little bit, and then goes back down. So it's like it narrows
Oh,
in the
so
middle.
it's like an hourglass. I say out loud.
Yep, so you say it's like an hourglass out loud?
Yes. Look, it's kind of like an hourglass. If you got that bit where it goes in on the inside right there, it looks like an hourglass, don't you think?
Jafar agrees.
Doesn't the sound?
Jafar agrees!
Oh my god. Doesn't the sound of the sand on the shield remind you of rain on a tin roof?
Oh yeah, it's nice. It's quite nice. It's pretty soothing in here. Maybe I can stay in here for a while.
Yeah.
Is there like a wall where the sound comes down?
Yes, it does sort of cut in.
Can Jafar attempts to push it over?
Push what over?
The wall, like he pushes on the wall to try and
Oh.
the whole thing.
Yeah, no. So the wall's solid.
Actually, we're not making any progress.
None at all.
Fair enough.
Yay!
Is there anything to climb on the walls?
No, there's still a polished obsidian.
Can I swim in the sand?
Sure, you're not
Let's
going to go
have a
anywhere,
swim
but you can lie down and paddle.
Sweet.
Sand angel!
What was the
Do you reckon you
the
can
word say again?
So you read them out again.
Yes, please.
2 bodies in one, the longer I stand, the faster I run.
2 bodies in one. The longer I stand, the faster I run.
You want to get on the shield? Stand on.
Sure. Sounds like fun.
See if you can get a bit further up.
See if you can reach up to the part where it comes in the middle, kind of like the middle of the hourglass.
Wait, what?
Come out here and have a look.
I
How high
reach
up
in
is that?
around valleys.
So if you come out here and have a look at where I'm pointing. If you look up at that point, it kind of looks like an hourglass because it kind of comes in the middle.
How much? Does it like taper in a fair bit?
A bit.
Just-
When you step back, it is more noticeable. It's definitely got that shape to it.
is
How
it
high up is that dip?
Halfway up to the ceiling.
How is the ceiling?
So ceiling's about 15 feet.
Makes sense, but
So you got to reach up to 7 foot.
so I do this.
Do your heights together reach?
Like
that?
reach in front of
Probably
it.
6 foot.
Oh, then your heights together should do it.
Yeah, easy.
If you stand on top of his shield while he holds you up, you should be fucking.
how wide is it?
Where?
Where it tapers in? How wide? Is
It
that?
changes from about 10 foot to 9 foot.
It's just not much.
But it might be something.
Well, I get in there and stand on his shield and I do a little sand dance.
Yep.
That was fun. I can
That's
back
very
down.
cool.
Ooh, thank you.
It's
Yeah.
exfoliant.
Get him up
I
in the
do
shield.
exfoliate while I'm in there.
We'll hold it. We'll try and stay there for a little bit because it said the longer it stands, the faster.
I do a handstand on the shield.
You get sand in your pants.
Hmm?
You get sand in your pants.
Sand all over
No,
the
no.
legs.
You know that I tuck my pants into my socks.
Roll a history check for me.
Me?
Yes. With advantage if you stay with Feywild.
Oh yes. My history is 7. We have a 15.
You know words hold power in the Feywild, and you figure there's probably something in the words that you're seeing.
There's probably something in the words themselves. What are they?
If only you could read the words again.
2 bodies in one. The longer I stand, the faster I run.
I get off your shield and walk out of the sand. So I'm tired of being covered in sand.
2 bodies in one. The longer I stand, the faster I run.
Roll an insight check.
Sure.
It has 2 bodies in one. What is 2 bodies in one?
That's a 17.
You remember Medrith shouting at the first wall in common, and nothing happened? And then you taught him how to speak Sylvan, and something happened.
I've already read it in Sylvan before, though.
When?
Say more words.
I said at first when I walked out, I read it first in Sylvan and then I read it in common for everyone else.
Okay, yep, cool. So you've read it in Sylvan and you've read it in common?
Yes.
Just go through the dictionary, Sylvan. We'll get there.
You get to alligator, and
Thank God it was Aardvark.
I'll come out of the
I desand you
sand ball.
with prestidigitation. Ooh, nice sand dance, dude. Nice move.
You're very exfoliated. You look very smooth.
your beard's just caked with sand.
I clean him up.
What's on the roof?
Just the same marbled finish of obsidian, just black.
Still reflective?
Yeah, the whole room's fairly reflective just because of how polished it is.
How about the other side? So can I
yes.
see the reflection of the essentially sand wall behind me, or
Well, behind you is just the passageway back out.
okay?
How many languages do all of you know? Because if you all repeat the same thing but in your own languages, something might work. I've tried saying it in Sylvan before, but it's not connecting at the moment.
I know a lot, but I only know Dwarvish script.
Far's the greatest rogue, he knows all the languages.
And start speaking them in the same phrases. Start speaking the phrase I've shared to all of you before, but say it in your own languages.
Far has a performance check of 17 to pretend to talk every language.
Some of them sound a bit wrong to you with your study, but he does sound like he's speaking a lot of languages, a lot that you don't even know.
I've never heard that dialect.
Ah,
The deep
it's
south.
from the deep north of the halfling tribe of Kakak.
That's probably the best piece of bullshit I've heard come out of your mouth. That's the one thing that I think is believable. Even made up the tribe name. It's great.
I tell the sand to go up.
It ignores you.
Rude sand.
That's because you're not speaking in Sylvan.
Well, I don't know Sylvan. I tell it
Well,
in
you say it
Infernal.
like this.
She just said the word.
Which word?
Up in Sylvan.
It ignores you.
Yeah, say it. Go up, but in Sylvan.
Tell the sand it's rude in Sylvan.
It's rude.
It looks angry somehow, but doesn't do anything different.
It looks very angry at you now.
Good. I stab it with my sword.
We'll hit the wall.
It just makes a hole in the
Goes into the sand and...
No, the wall.
Oh, okay, it bounces back.
I reckon in Sylvan you need to sing when 2 become 1.
When you're right, you're right. Roll an insight check.
Sure. Thanks for covering the sheet. We got a 17.
So last time you read it in Sylvan was at the waterfall. Nothing happened. When you answered the riddle, it seemed to work.
Answer the riddle, but in Sylvan.
Didn't sure do that.
I wish I knew what the answer to the riddle was.
That's what we have to work out now, the answer to the riddle. And then I can say it in Sylvan and we'll be fine.
How far away are they?
I mean, you can hear them and see them.
You tried to
Shall
run yourself
we?
again yet?
When 2 rivers meet, they go faster. Two streams become 1 river.
So I should say river then.
Or something like that.
I say river and Sylvan.
Nothing seems to happen.
What's this river?
Well, I'm out of ideas.
Maybe it's like a dam breach.
What was the question again?
2 bodies in one. The longer I stand, the faster I run.
Jafar thinks it is an hourglass.
I attempt to say hourglass and Sylvan.
Yep. So if you say hourglass, the sand keeps flowing and it slows down, and it starts flowing upwards.
Oh, it was hourglass. I was right by saying hourglass. I just didn't say it in Sylvan.
It flows up into the roof and passages open before you.
Hey, it worked.
Completely pitch black ahead, other than these obsidian walls, and a reflected light. It looks like it's coming from a long way ahead.
Do we? Okay.
I feel like we need.
Should we go back and
We
try
need
and
to
solve that one with Medrith
Yeah,
now?
I feel like we need to do that. I
Yeah.
feel like we owe it to ourselves.
Yeah.
That puzzle has beaten us.
Yeah.
We can do anything, Cass.
Yeah.
Let's go.
You're Sylvan Leader. Let's.
The exfoliation really opens up the mind, doesn't it?
So you see them turn around and start trudging back towards you.
Yeah, I'm like bandaging my leg.
I come down towards next to you, and I pick you up and I throw you.
I help.
Oh, really? Do you?
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
You're on grabbing arm and leg. Let's go.
Yeah.
Aha! It was worse once you started helping.
You try and throw him forward. He tries to throw him back.
So I'm there, like, I'm there bandaging my fractured leg. And I just like grab me.
I grab you by your leg and just.
Beyblades.
No. So I come up next to you and I'm just like pushing on you, and my feet are just like skidding along the sand. Am I helping?
No. Just putting a lot of pressure on my sore leg.
That's what wounds need.
And my armor is around my feet. I will fall over.
Bedros just had his pants down.
Alright, what was the riddle?
There wasn't a riddle for this one.
Yes, it was.
There was just.
The mirrored.
Oh yeah, right.
There was.
The more I
We
leave.
just found a workaround.
The more you take, the more I leave behind.
The more I take, the more I leave behind. So we have to figure that one out and have him say it in Sylvan. Otherwise, I'm just going to start going through the dictionary.
Steps. Yeah, it's steps.
I say steps in Sylvan.
Yep. So you say steps.
I'll try and walk forward.
Yep. You step onto the stand and start walking forward, and you notice that he is moving forward, and there's footprints behind him now.
Ooh. So I'm walking forward now.
I hitch my armor back up. It flows back up into position because it's that weird armor. And I walk forward.
Yep.
Did I actually get a short rest in?
No.
Damn it.
I feel like we were there for quite some time.
And you move forward, and everyone can move forward now.
In game time, 5 minutes. Out of game time, like 3 hours.
Now come now, it's only 9 o'clock.
On the subject of which, you head forward, you see this bright light reflecting down the hallways as you get towards the end. It seems to be some way off in the distance. The sound recedes, and ahead of you, the floor turns to black obsidian. And that is where we're going to break.
Well then.
So we'll see you all very shortly.
My gosh.
so. Hello and welcome back. Last time we left our adventurers really badly solving riddles, so let's see how they go next time.
Riddle
Hey,
master.
we're better this time.
hey.
We figured out the principle.
You solved them.
We keep walking forward.
Do you?
Yeah.
I can do so. So you continue forward, and this light is getting brighter off in the distance, and you see it start to warp and move along the walls, glowing in different bright colours. Very different to everything you've seen in this side of the Feywild.
That's a bit different to normal. It's not usually this brightly coloured.
Is anyone trained in perception?
Yes.
Roll perception for me.
20.
14.
And 18.
You two hear somewhere in the distance what sounds like crystals bumping off each other and breaking and grinding against themselves.
Interesting.
I think I hear some ice from a glacier.
We should probably go towards it then.
Yeah.
Keep on trucking.
Yeah, so you keep walking forward. Down these mirrored hallways, the light's just getting brighter and brighter, and you start shielding your eyes and you just can't see through it.
Oh god.
I pull the mask I had up, so it's covering my eyes.
Yep.
Like I'd do if I just walked out the Underdark after a long stretch down there.
I'm going to put the shield up and we're going to try and keep my hand on the corridor.
I'm gonna grab onto someone's leg and just like let them lead me.
Who's like?
We've got 4 people here.
1, 2, 3, and 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
There you go.
I stand back to see if they're actually going anywhere.
Far closes his eyes and just keeps walking.
Not as bad like it's good like.
That's what I was just checking.
Yeah, so you move forward and this light's blinding. Even with your shields up, with your mask up, it's cutting through that and it's hurting your eyes. And you hear this sound of crystal on crystal growing louder.
Keep going. I'm sure it'll be fine.
You sort of feel yourself get moved, so my left hand's on your shoulder quite heavily, and I just hold my quarterstaff out in front of me and close my eyes and keep walking.
Who said they had their hand on the wall? So this sound's getting deafening now, this loud sound. The light's brighter. You feel your hand just slip.
I'll shout everyone to stop. The wall's gone.
Your staff just swings into the open.
Tap, 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 tap along the floor.
Yep.
Is there still floor?
There's still floor.
There's still floor, it's fine.
And you hear this sound deafening now, just comes to a stop.
Oh, I think it noticed that we're here.
Hello.
I say hello in Sylvan.
Far greets you, Mary.
You hear a voice. What are you doing in my lair?
It asked what we were doing in its lair. What was your mission?
Did it ask in common?
It asks in Sylvan.
Okay. I don't know
I
why.
say back in common. What was your mission here? It's asking what you're doing in its lair.
We seek the waters of the Fae.
In Sylvan. They say that they seek the waters of the Fae.
My waters, you say?
It has your water.
Ah, excellent.
And
Where's
what
the
would
fable?
they use it for?
It asks what you use it for.
We wish to put the moon back in the sky.
No, we're heaps
In-
parched, eh?
In the material plane, we're in the wrong place.
Ah,
There's something about putting the moon back in the sky. I think I must have missed that.
You see through this blinding light, it starts dimming a little bit. And you see what looks like a giant claw from under your vision, sort of forward. It looks very much like a dragon's claw, but it looks like it's covered in brightly coloured, multicoloured crystals.
I love it. It's a gay dragon.
It could just
You're
be
invested in
flamboyant.
might be a Fae-sexual.
It's a drag dragon.
So they're like, oh,
Phasexual is what I aspire to be.
So it's light skin, is it?
yeah, so it's still bright, but as you look up, you see a giant dragon, but very long and slender. Its body's covered in crystalline scales. The light seems to be reflecting out of it and across the wall.
Far immediately looks for a dragon sword.
In the middle of the room, there's a small table with a single bottle with a glowing blue liquid in it. Don't try it.
Jafar does
boy.
not approach it.
Yes.
It says you shouldn't go near it. I think it knew what you're about to do.
Jafar was never steal anything from such a beautiful dragon.
You can see it.
Yes.
Oh, I'm not used to that much light. I'm gonna be like this for a while.
I can see one fingernail.
It is only pain when you look at it.
More, that's the thing. I can't look at anything.
So as you look at its face, it's quite long and slender with bright blue eyes, very large, and long what look like whiskers sort of flowing magically off to the side.
It's lovely to meet you. My name's Cal.
So, you want my waters?
Well, I don't particularly, but apparently they do. But they don't speak Sylvan. I'm apparently the translator now.
Well, if they are to take them, they are to answer my final question.
So,
Apparently it has another question. I assume that means another riddle.
oh, we've done real well at them. So yeah, throw it at us
Yes. We have answered every single riddle.
flawlessly without
Wow.
effort.
They say they're ready for it.
If you fail, it means your lives.
I'll take it.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
So looks around at you. I shine brightest in dark, but cannot be seen. To have me costs nothing. To be without me costs everything. And that sort of head draws back a little bit.
I'll repeat that back in common. I've already forgotten what it was. So I'm not
Yeah.
I shine brightest in dark, but cannot be seen. To have me costs nothing. To be without me costs everything.
Jafar thinks it's nothing.
Do you answer?
Yeah.
In what language?
Well, common, I guess.
Is that your final answer? Because I can say it back to it if you want.
Doesn't
Head sort of sways between the two of you.
Jafar knows the answer. It is nothing.
I mean, it's your lives on the line. If you get it wrong, you're all gonna die.
But that's.
Oh, I thought we were
Jafar's
taking
answer.
turns in this.
Jafar is the greatest rogue in the land. He would never get anything wrong.
If you all agree, then I'll say it back.
I agree that is Jafar's answer.
Yeah, I agree that it's just throwing us on.
Yes, I also agree that that's what Jafar would say.
In Sylvan, their answer is nothing.
Ooh, that's what we said.
Do you tell him that this is your group answer?
I specifically pointed at Jafar and say, specifically that one's answer. But they've agreed that it's their answer.
Lowers its head a little bit. You see a tiny tear, looks like a diamond roll out and hit the floor, and you just drop.
Yes.
Well, he
Any vital signs?
Nope.
Nothing. Dead?
Seems to be.
It's like backhand, like strong backhand.
And his head just sort of flops to the
No.
side.
I pick up his bag of holding.
I'm gonna kill you when I come back.
So he doesn't have a pulse?
Do you want to heal him, or
I
or
can-
does he just ice us if we heal him?
Well, I mean, I can bring him back once.
Probably best to wait it out.
I don't really have that one. I use Revivify.
I cast Cure Wounds on him first. Does that bring him
It
up?
doesn't work.
Oh, okay.
I cast Revivify. Revivify.
What are the material components for that?
300 gold diamond,
Do you have
which I have on me.
that? Okay. You cast Revivify and Jathar's eyes open. Looks around frantically to find he doesn't have his bag on him anymore.
You
I mean, it's
snooze,
on me,
you
I'm not even hiding it.
Alright.
You snooze, you lose.
Does he wake up to see this diamond disintegrate in my hand while I'm just like,
Yes. That's so.
Pause it. Jafar would like his bag back.
I thought you were dead, so I looted your body.
Well, that's alright then.
To be fair, he did actually die.
I still
If you
saw
get
him
the
off
answer
mirror.
wrong.
I don't know what it is, but I still saw him.
What was your roll?
What is my 21, I believe. For
Okay. Passive perception.
Yep, so he still has pack weapon.
Whereabouts are you reaching? Well, I'm doing this, everyone else think.
I can't
Where are you
remember.
I know, around your waist. I get 750 gold.
You
That one
get
would make it much worse.
you get a small stone disc with like a dwarven, like it looks like dwarven, but it's a bit different. Symbol crudely carved on it.
So now you know for a fact that you die if you get it wrong. What's your next answer?
If I did not get it wrong, that was the right answer. I went to the Feywild. I got water.
Reality.
I mean, no, you did die.
No, straight up dead.
You did just die. So what's the
Did not
next
die.
answer?
So here's a question: when he died, did his disguise self, if he has happened to have one going, drop?
Is he an orc? Is what we're trying to find out?
That's only if it's a magical disguise.
So
I'm
it's
not you.
His prosthetics and wig stayed on.
Many disguises.
Pompadour.
Glasses and mustache.
Now it's just glasses and a big nose.
Just sorry, one more time. It's not gonna help me, but
I shine brightest in dark, but cannot be seen. To have me costs nothing. To be without me costs everything.
Shine bright.
no. Brett thinks he knows, but there is no way my character would say that.
What do you think it is?
No, I'm not certain enough to say that.
Yeah.
In case someone dies.
I'm around that point as well.
You're not going to get anywhere unless you all speculate out loud and then figure it out from there.
I mean, you did notice that he ignored Jathar's answer until it was said to him in Sylvan. So you could probably talk fairly comfortably
Yeah,
in
you
common.
can talk in common and it's fine. I'll only translate when you're about to die.
Very considerate.
Without the warmth of a campfire, in night you die.
Yeah,
And
but
if the warmth is not,
you can definitely see a campfire.
but the warmth you can't see.
Oh, so warmth, that's what you're saying.
I don't know. Can you create warmth without light?
It's not always cold in the dark though.
Warmth that doesn't shine bright.
I have found
And campfires can be seen.
I was thinking maybe life.
Life
Shines brightest in the dark. It costs nothing to have. And without it, what was the...
Costs you everything.
To be without me costs everything.
I mean, if you want to stake your life on it, eh?
I mean,
Eh?
why not?
It also kind of makes sense because if you get it wrong, if you die. So the answer being life would make a lot of sense.
Jafar thinks perhaps someone else should go. Do you have more diamonds?
Nope.
Jafar thinks you made the right decision.
I have a thought. In the texts that you got for me about Ilmater, they speak of hope. Hope in darkness. My answer is hope.
Hope shines brightest in the darkness that cannot be seen. However, it costs you nothing. Without it costs you everything.
It does make a lot of sense.
Yep.
Pretty
Should we
similar.
agree on hope?
Pretty similar to life, though.
Yes.
So then, like, I feel like love also works, and like,
Any intangible thing that
yeah.
sentient species consider important.
Mm-hmm. What if this dragon's just like gold, yo? It's all about gold.
I mean, it looks more like crystals.
Or diamonds.
Just chip a toenail off this guy and resurrect the next person that dies.
Its tears shine bright like a diamond.
Its tear did shine bright like a diamond.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Shine bright like a diamond. Can't do that last night.
So is the answer hope that you want to go for?
Yes,
Wait.
No. I'm a solid note on that until I've got
that is my answer.
more concrete.
Shines bright in the dark. I was thinking maybe something like the moon or the star or something
Yeah,
like
that's what I was thinking as well. What's
Without the
something?
moon, you're nothing.
that. We're doing alright so far.
Something that metaphorically shines bright when it's dark.
I honestly think hope is a really good answer.
Well, we can hope that we don't die.
Getting a little bit impatient, Meg just turns and says it in Celestial. Hope.
Kind of looks at you for a second and ignores you.
Well, that's his answer. You can tell him that.
In Sylvan, that one gave the answer of hope.
Are you sure?
Yes.
That one
No.
gave the answer of
No,
hope.
no, I'm not sure.
This is gonna
As
be
soon as the dragon just asks you, "Are you sure?" I say, "No, we're not."
In common, though. You see its head come down and a tear of diamond rolls out of its eye, hits the ground and shatters, and the dragon just starts disappearing into a fine
It's a
mist.
fake dragon. That
And
dragon was worth so much money.
there's a bottle sitting in the middle of the room glowing bright
Are there any
blue.
shards of black crystal?
See, you were right, Medra.
You feel something on your shoulder gripping, and you look around to see Malwan perched on you.
Where have you been?
Oh my god, Malin was the dragon.
Wait,
No,
were you the dragon?
just ate Malwyn.
I'll walk up my grab the bottle.
I did
You better
it.
drink that. Better drink that all right now.
No.
Thank you for
Put it
translating
away.
the cow.
That's okay.
Do you have any damage at the moment?
Yes. No 12 points from when I like.
That's right.
When we were getting healed after dying in the black smoke, were we going up from 0 or just going back to where we were?
Back to wherever you were.
Okay, cool.
Alright. Is there anything else in here?
The room seems completely empty.
I look for an exit.
Behind you see an exit?
Found an exit, guys.
It's probably wise to leave now.
I was really hoping for an easier way out.
Yes.
Well, without the dragon here, it should be fine just to leave.
Alright, back through the mists.
I just do one more, just check to see if we're not missing any nooks and crannies in this last place.
Absolutely nothing here except for that file and the table that was in the middle.
Yeah, I was gonna say what the table was
Let's
sitting
take-
on, just a bland blank.
We're stealing the
Table.
table.
It looks like it's made of brass, fairly heavy.
We're stealing the table. That's it.
Would you say 360 pounds heavy?
375.
I really
That's
recommend.
kind
I take a chunk out of it.
So for half an hour.
I don't know that.
I'd really recommend you not steal anything else from here. The Fae will get really mad at you.
It's just a joke. It's alright. Unless Jathara actually wanted it, in which case it probably wasn't.
Could Jafar break
Let's
the table in half?
Start looking back.
Alright.
Yeah, I've
None of this has been practicing karate for at least 10 years.
Well, he has.
10
That's what he
years
tells me.
to break a brass table. What have I been doing with my life?
Hit wrong, apparently.
Karate chop my way into houses.
Only for men of the
And
brass.
it's all way through time.
That does explain Kung Fury.
It really does. Anyway, we should head back.
Yep, so you turn and start heading out, and you notice all the sand seems to be gone as you exit,
Even from my shoes.
even from your shoes.
Great.
Even Jathar Sandcastle.
No, that was left.
Yay.
Oh, shame.
But you see a tiny dragon around and kick it over.
I'm very angry.
Oh, I just pictured like the dragon from Milan.
Mushu.
I can't believe Eddie Murphy was speaking Sylvan.
So you get
As
back
I
to
was
the...
walking, I'd like to sort of hold my hand up for Malin, pull him in front of my face. Hop, if you assuming he hops on my hand.
Yeah, cool.
So it's simple. Thank you, I think. The teachings of Ilmater may have saved our lives. I will look at them more closely once we return.
Sort of a little chirp lets out and it sort of hops back onto your shoulder. You feel your leg heal.
Aww.
Back to its normal
Yes.
state.
You grow a third leg.
That's just a walking stick.
Oh, we hope so. And you make your way back to the first chamber. You get to the bottom of the well and look up, and the mist seems to have vanished.
Oh, thank God.
Jafar pulls out a bottle. Does he still have
Still seems to be trapped in the bottles.
Sweet, I'll put back in.
Yeah.
Only enough.
Gonna find a use for these.
Does anybody need
Ooh.
help climbing?
What about all the people upstairs?
I would appreciate
Is
it.
the
Jafar scurries up his rope and pulls it up.
is it just the black mist that's
Climb
gone, or does it seem the?
Well, as you look through, it looks clear above you.
With the gnome on my shoulder, I just climb up.
Because I'm small and have a strength mod of 1.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
Funny
Does
something.
Jafar need to roll to climb up his rope?
No.
Sweet. I'll pull it up behind me.
Also climb up the rope.
Too late, you just pulled it up behind him.
There's like 4 ropes down this hole.
There's only one.
No, he took it all the rest back.
I think there's
Oh.
two. I think there's yours still and yours that you did
Yeah.
to the roof.
I've also got my
I set up
rope.
camp in the hole. It's my new home. I
Never want to leave.
How high was it when we came? Like how high is that?
About 45 feet from the
Oh
top of the
Jesus!
well.
I can get halfway maybe. Thanks to that belt, I've got a pretty decent high jump on me.
That's it then.
You just see cats rocket up past the manhole. Hits the roof.
65 feet. I was like, ah! And then just.
It's fairly easy for you to make your way up. You've got 3 ropes down there. There's no longer gases trying to murder you.
Yeah, basically, if I want to make my way up,
You can.
yeah, I mean, but my way of doing it would be to tie it around the hammer, throw it up, get Valius to climb it, and then ask him to hold it for me.
What So we go up. Is the mist gone?
The mist is gone.
What are the people doing?
No one's there.
Even the dead
Da, da,
ones.
da.
There's one dead person in the corner.
One corpse.
Stop me, bird.
Kicks some dust
You
on
saw
it,
nothing.
throws it down the hole.
That's what happened.
What plane did you come from?
It's technically 2.
What plane did I
Two
come
dead bodies.
from?
I don't know. What plane did you come from?
I only know first in D&D. I don't know what all the planes are now.
You were recently on the prime material plane.
I was last on the prime material plane.
Thank fuck. Okay.
What?
Well, that's where Vild is. So.
Oh yes, that makes a lot of
Yes,
sense.
yes,
That's
yes.
why you check.
Almost
What's
like
a
a friend.
friend? Yep.
Do you go back to the same place you came from, or do you
No.
just go to a new one?
I go to a different place. I don't know if people go back to where they're supposed to be. I assume they do.
You
So
didn't
you
happen to
What?
be perchance plane shifting from an inn, room, haunted mare, and silvery moon, just like by chance.
A pit of spikes.
Probably. I've been in a lot of really sticky situations that I've just left. I assume whoever got trapped there is fine.
Sure. Most recently, you were travelling with a man who had a forgetful memory and he was looking for a book somewhere near the tribe of Many Arrows.
Last I remember, the last person I was traveling with, it was this man who didn't have a very good memory, but it was near the tribe of Many Arrows.
Does that sound like somebody we know?
I don't know. I meet a lot of travelers on the
I
way.
thought it was going to be Artie, but I feel like Artie has a very good memory.
Oh yeah, he's got a great memory.
I've met a lot of travelers on the way. You
So-
meet a lot of people like this.
He told you his name was Corbin.
I think he said his
Corbin.
name was Corbin or something like that. Not
Corbin
sure.
But you
Dallas?
can't trust him.
What was he, a meat popsicle?
I mean, aren't they all?
Well, she's nowhere near us.
Do not mention my name if you go back there.
Okay. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Haven't told her your name yet.
Yes.
No,
Oh, it has.
I very intentionally
Yeah.
lied to her about her.
You know,
This is John.
John Shepherd. So I assume we walk back
Message on
up
the
to the
bridge
top of
commander.
those crevice.
To be
Yes.
fair, I've met a lot of people on my travels, so
So you start walking up and through where there was mist before, it is all dissipated now. You get up, there's no signs of anything other than you do come across a dead dog with its head cut off. And you keep walking past. And eventually you get to the top of the crevice and you exit into the twilight that surrounds you.
We come
I
across
do,
the real
I
Jathar's
think-
corpse.
It seems strange.
Little elves.
When I killed it, it seemed the best course of action.
Oh, US, you weren't yourself then, were you?
I don't think I would now.
I forgive you. If that
Thank
helps.
you. I don't think it does. But thank you.
it's okay. We all make mistakes now and then. The important thing is to make sure that you reflect on what you've done, and that over time you learn to be better than you were. As long as you're cognizant of your mistakes, then it's fine.
You get this, guys? Get this life juice.
Oh, I do a lot of reflecting. It's all right.
Wonderful,
We call him the man of many mirrors.
wonderful.
No, we don't.
He doesn't own a single mirror.
For damn good reason.
Yeah.
I have one right here. It's really useful
Oh, don't show it to
sometimes.
him. He'll sue
Please
you.
don't.
Like the riddles.
Puts it back.
Should
That is
we
very reflective.
walk
Ah, it's a mirror.
back to Siobhan?
Yeah.
Because we know exactly where that is.
Do you?
Will even roll survival checks to find to confirm.
Sure, whoever's leading.
I
I'm
did
helping
before. Resistance. Are you inspiring me by any chance?
Nope.
Nope.
Not
19.
19. You start making your way back through the woods you came out of. This is all very unfamiliar to you. Very strange.
Last time I was in the Fable was a different place.
You hear whistling coming from somewhere far ahead. And as you walk along the ground, you see a splash of blood. And looking to the side, you see a dead body sprawled in the grass.
It wouldn't happen to be the guy that led us here briefly.
Yeah, that'd be Idonna and his dog
What
Heather.
kind of dead body?
Are you investigating it?
I will glance at it.
I will investigate it.
Yep, so it's face down on the ground with very long black hair. You flip them over. They look like they would have been beautiful in a very dark, strange way once upon a time, but they're very disfigured.
It looks like one of the things that was in there.
Yes.
Yeah, because I think I saw Valius get screamed at.
Certainly did. I still remember screaming.
It looks very much like the man who had the dog you found as well. Not this body, but very similar in the fact they're both darkly beautiful but disfigured.
Anything on it? Yeah.
They've been walking through mist for the last 10 years.
Do not stab any many-tailed dogs.
I try not to.
Or you have to die. That's found out the hard way.
To be fair, we find out many things involve dying.
Yep.
Always the hard way.
Everything involves dying.
That's usually the end of life.
That's my end game.
Not yet.
That's a very fine way to look at it.
Yep. Yeah, it's fine.
Because then it's the end of the game and you've lived a full and wonderful game.
Mm-hmm.
No,
It's been
he's more
wonderful.
trying to speed run it. He's
All the
trying to
way
do like
to the
the death glitch where you end the game halfway through.
Yeah, I'm going for the completionist.
So you hear the whistling up ahead as you keep moving. And you do start coming across more dead bodies. Very similar looking.
Donna has done a lot of killing.
Is that the same tune as previously?
Is it the same tune as previous?
Roll perception.
4.
Sounds similar, not sure though. But you do notice now, as you move forward, the trees around you are starting to whistle as well.
What was the tune you were hearing before?
Jafar whistles back.
This one.
It ignores you.
Jafar doesn't care, he keeps whistling.
I'll shout out, "Traveller, you out here?" See if I can get his attention.
You hear the whistling from not far ahead. Doesn't respond.
I'll just keep moving forward then.
You sort of step through a clearing and you hear this shattering crystal sound, and you look forward to see this large dog pounce on one of these other creatures that you saw down there, gripping its arm and dropping it. And he's got his sword ready and just cuts straight through its head while whistling, draws his blade.
Been busy.
Yes, they don't need their lives anymore. Nothing left for them.
Fair enough. You have a lovely evening. I don't know. He don't know. Keep walking.
You hear him whistle and sort of just disappear into the shadows with his dog at his heel.
Do not burn any flowers in the next section.
Why would I burn the
I
flowers?
think it's any section.
Before I'll call out from again. I was like, "Oh, can you give us some direction?"
To where?
The town that was around here. It was the Unseelie.
You want to go there?
Well, it was on one of our stops. It's kind of a marker. It's very easy to get lost here.
Can you climb a tree? Can you climb a tree?
Jafar can climb all the trees.
Climb this one here.
Jafar climbs a tree.
Yep, you climb and sort of look around, and sort of Puffy appears next to you, holding onto a branch. Yes. If you get high enough, you can see it's just over there. It points, it's not too far away. You didn't travel that far. But you do remember this was through territory where you weren't particularly welcome.
Jafar's never welcome.
Static birds territory.
Jafar says it's that way.
Do you point in the correct direction?
Maybe.
I mean, it's hard to miss.
Okay.
You do see sort of firelight flickering and...
Keep walking.
Yep.
Once we're out of eye shot of eye view of him, I would like to mask. How tall is he?
He would be about 7 foot tall, just under.
I will mask many faces to look like him,
Yep.
or at least a close approximation of him.
Yep.
Change the nose up a little bit.
Oh, that's a really cool trick you got there.
Thank you.
Jafar had to disguise into Mary.
Sorry. Is that how you mask many faces? Just grab your face and rearrange it.
I'm now just imagining like some like the old school like I think it was like early 2000s or 90s play school where it's like with the clay faces that they like get mushed and reshaped.
Creepy.
So you start heading forward in the direction Jathar pointed.
My weapon's a rapier and or whatever his was in the hip.
Shortly after you start moving through the woods, you hear this static buzz start to fill the air.
Once they start approaching, I'll let them know that we're just walking through again and not disturbing them.
They follow very closely around you.
They're just kind of like hands
They
up.
seem to ignore you.
Stay confirmed now.
I pull out my Glock.
Bust a cat in the vines.
Just walk double speed through this area.
They're happy for you to get out of there.
16 on perception. Do I happen to see the flowers I grew
The flowers you grew.
last time I was through here?
No.
Because they're violently attacked by the other flowers.
You do remember last time you were here, you noticed the forest itself seemed to move around you while you
Yeah,
rested,
yeah.
though.
He thought it was an off chance. Keeps walking.
And after some time, about 10 minutes passes as you're double timing, you hear the snake just fade into the background as you walk into the forest.
Who are they?
Don't know.
Best friends.
Good to know.
Old problem. We make a lot of friends. Mm-hmm.
Aye, so do I.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How often do your friends kill you?
Try.
Well, I mean,
try
I
to
usually
kill
pop
you.
away before that happens.
So it's often. Good.
So you make your way through this forest, and eventually you do see a glow ahead of you.
Mhm.
You see these buildings that you remember as the village ahead.
We'll loop around and
Yeah.
Go around the outside.
Try and find that same spot where we were sitting there before.
keep a bit of an eye out for a rope trail on the ground.
And surely it's there a day later.
Make sure Drathar doesn't walk into the room by himself.
Have we seen any rain or anything?
No, but you've seen the forest move.
Does it do it?
Yes.
After we go around
Individual bits.
to the other side of the town. Jafar, do you want to go up another tree? See if you can see where the swampy land is.
There's no Jafar, there is only Meredith.
I definitely saw you change into him.
I'm not Jafar.
And your claws are
I
still
am
sticking
Meredith.
I didn't know there was Meredith in the party.
24
Yeah, we did
forms of
Meredith.
Meredith.
No?
There are 24 forms of Meredith.
How big of a part
Good
of you
performance.
wishes
Still
your
not
character
so-
died down there so you don't get called Meredith anymore?
I didn't know there was Meredith in the party. I only knew there was Midrith.
My name is Meredith, not Midriff.
So standing next to,
Well, I didn't know
just
there was
behind
a
me now,
member of
is
the
a
party.
slightly taller, slightly better looking, slightly more muscular version of Medrith.
Just a little bit
leaning
better.
casually on his quarterstaff.
No, I remember you perfectly.
Yeah, exactly. That was your first mistake. Got an 8-pack.
So you head around the side of this village, looking on the ground for some sort of markings of where you come from. Whoever's looking, roll perception.
Yeah. Oh,
Whole issue.
natural 20 and a 2, thank fuck.
Yep, so you sort of look at the ground, you can't find anything, but you can't just turn around and look at the entrance where you left and figure if you just turn and move from there, you'll go back the right way. As you're looking around, you see what looks like tiny reflective crystals all over a tree. And as you look at them, you see one of them, little crystal arms come out and it starts climbing up the bark very slowly.
Oh my god, the crystal sloth.
As you look up and there seems to be lots of them sort of very slowly climbing to the top, and there's a whole cluster of them sitting at the top of the tree.
And they're just like little like crystal people.
They're only probably about an inch tall. You see a lot of them have stopped and they're just sitting there, and unless you saw them moving, you'd think they were just crystals.
Well, this is something we should certainly stand around with for and mess with.
Yeah,
We
I
should
mean,
definitely shoot all of our fire at it.
With your 20, you notice they're all climbing up to the top of the tree and looking in a very specific direction.
Drathar, can you go up there and look where they're looking for me?
Jafar climbs the tree and
Uh,
looks where I'm looking.
with the crystals on it?
Yeah.
Roll a dex check.
I didn't mean the same.
This is Crystaltopia.
12.
Yep, so you start climbing up. Every now and then your paws just scuff a bit and you do knock a couple of these little things out of the tree where they hit the ground.
Oh god.
I'll try and catch him.
Dex check.
Yeah, I'm also trying to catch them.
7.
Yeah, so you try and catch them, but they're just too small and quick and you sort of...
I would like to catch the ones that they miss because I'm under them.
Yep, sure. So you do manage to catch one with your 13?
Yeah.
14.
And the other two that you bounced off, you managed to catch in your hands.
If any more fall off, I'm going to cast a full bomb.
Very the little ones and I put them back on the tree.
So you see these little crystals sit there, and all of a sudden you just see flickering these two tiny little eyes shifting around on the inside of the crystal, look at you, and they blink a bit and then they disappear and they start slowly climbing up again.
I'm just like, the dwarf in me is like, the crystal's alive. And I'm like kind of like prodding it as it's going up. I'm like, what is this?
It's creatures of the field. I suggest you not irritate them.
So you climb to the top.
I jabbed it again.
Roll a perception check for me.
5.
Yep, you see them all sort of looking, what would be probably from your assumption east. Jathar gets up there and turns directly west and starts staring in the opposite direction.
Turn around, they're all looking that way.
I try to look where they're looking just from ground level.
Sure, perception with disadvantage.
That'd be a 1. Oh no, that's a 3.
You see a tree with crystal things climbing up it,
Certainly
but it's
do.
sort of so big it's just blocking your field of view.
I'm gonna grab one of these, the crystal things, and I'm just gonna try, before it gets out of my way, I'm just gonna grab it off of the tree, and I'm gonna like...
As you do, you just see these little eyes appear blinking at you under the crystal.
You're a good little crystal, right?
Seeing him do this, I back away from all the crystals.
You're so cute, eh?
You see its eyes sort of like blinking independently at you and flickering up and down in the crystal.
I sit him on my armor.
It sort of clambers on with these tiny little hands and latches on and kind of looks around. Shrinks in and just sits there as a crystal.
Yeah! So I'm done leaving it.
God, he's heisting a crystal boy.
So you realise now you are looking in the completely wrong direction.
Alright, I looked all the way. Yeah, 20.
20? Yeah, so you look around, there's something in the distance and you can't quite work out what it is, but it's flying through the air. It looks like a string almost. And as you watch, in the distance you see there's a light from somewhere. It's twilight all around you, but in the distance something's changed. And it hits this thing and just sparkles of colourful light reflect off it. You think it would probably be the dragon you saw before.
Jafar sees the dragon down the way.
I mean,
Then let's keep moving away from it.
yeah, I mean, as curious as I am, I kind of don't want to walk much further into this place.
Jafar thinks. Jafar is now playing the crystal people.
As you try to grab them, they sort of very slowly try and crawl off you and get down and
What
latch
do you
onto the
think
tree.
super
but
magical
very easy to
fey
pull them off.
dragons leave?
Super little magical fey creatures, crystals.
It's probably wise for you to put it back. This is a swarm.
I've always wanted a pet made of stone.
Rock
What if it's dragon poo?
I'm
Did you
alright
ask
with
if it's
that.
permission?
In
You are trying-
Primordial, I'll be like, so then just like, is it alright if you come home with me?
Doesn't seem to understand.
Can you ask it in Sylvan?
I lean into it and in Sylvan say, I hope you speak Sylvan. He's wondering if you'd like to come home with him.
It looks at you and its eyes sort of static and fade out a bit and then come back in. And they start blinking. Roll insight.
Sure.
Do you speak Morse code?
I'll kill all the youth.
18.
You think it probably understands you, but it has no way of communicating back.
Back in Sylvan. Blink 1 time for yes, 2 times for no.
That sort of eyes fade out for a minute, and it comes back and blinks at you, and it fades out.
It said yes, it'd like to come back with you.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear, buddy. Alright, just argue down from there, we're going home.
Jafar has stolen a bunch of these crystals now.
Jesus Christ.
Well, you haven't really stolen them, you've kidnapped them.
Yeah, you didn't ask their permission yet.
Let's be honest, you're trafficking them.
I
Where-
stole 7.
You've moved to
Where did you put them?
Do they just go to sleep once I put them on me like they did to him?
They started trying to climb off.
I'll put them in a bag of holding.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
So you've now.
I take many steps away from Jafar.
I tested first, I put one in, I wait a couple seconds and I pull it out. Is he happy?
Doesn't seem happy, but it just seems like a crystal.
definitely a rock. You're definitely trying to engage the emotions of a rock.
Moving sentient crystals across planar borders.
I won't
think
skip
that's
to
a
the bag
crime.
of holding. I'll just try and keep them on me as I climb down.
Sure, so you've got 7. They start trying to climb off. Unless you're going to actively stop them, they will just slowly climb off as you climb down.
Nah, I don't care that much.
I'm going to work out where we need to go again. 24.
Yep, so you sort of look around, scout. Jethar sort of tells you what he saw from the tree, and you work out that smouldering is probably Grandma's house.
Our way back is going to go via the burning house.
Yes.
Head to
That much
burning
choice,
house.
that's your waypoint.
Head to burning house.
Yep, so you walk through. Unusually to you, as you're walking through, you feel these tiny little pricks on your legs, and you look down, there's little flowers biting at you as you're walking past. It doesn't seem to hurt much, but it's a bit weird.
I say hello to them in Sylvan. And do you mind? You're kind of hurting me.
When you do that, they sort of open up like flowers again and just settle down.
Thank you. And keep going.
Yep.
And it's a
Audrey Toys around the corner.
So you walk for about half an hour, and then ahead you see this smoke twisting up through the trees. You will recognise it.
Oh my, what's the smoke doing?
I'll throw some, like, if there's any, like, loose wood from, like, out in front of her house, I'm just gonna lob it into the fire and keep it going.
It's no longer fire now, it's just smouldering ash on the ground. You can
I'll
probably
get it
stoke it
going
into a
again.
flower. Into a fire and burn all the flowers. What could go wrong?
through that large branch.
Is it a dead branch?
Yeah, it looks it.
Have you remembered to ask it?
Here, ask the dead branch. Is it alright if I set you on fire?
Excuse me, are you alive in Sylvan?
It doesn't respond.
I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I thought I had fireball for some reason. Sacred flame.
Yep.
And pull.
That's basically what's going on.
So you throw the branch up and over into the fire, and midway through the edge, it bursts into flame and fall and hit.
Let's keep moving.
Yeah. I hate this place.
Yes.
Actually,
What is
no,
this
I don't. I
place?
love this place.
What is this place?
This is where we killed Grandma.
Oh, the one that's apparently supposed to eat you.
Not supposed to, it do.
It did stop her.
How are your legs going, by the way?
Much better.
Still missing a chunk?
No. I have a nice scar.
You heal really quick.
Well, yes.
I guess I do have magic. I shouldn't be surprised.
I mean, I sort of looking like it's still it's like really raw. It's like, yeah, see, it's fine.
It's a scar. Bleeding.
Considering every rest I use second wind, so it's just like meh.
So you move past. You notice that
Yeah.
this is a burnt down house. It looks very decrepit already, but now burnt. And there's some vegetable patches just full of dead vegetables.
Carry on going.
As you walk off, you all just hear this soft music playing in the back of your heads.
Was that the same music we heard before?
Yes?
Oh, that's an interesting tune.
I walk back. Do I see any of the chimes still in any piece?
As you walk back, the sound disappears.
I go with him and I walk through the smouldering house and then I sacred flame the mush pile a couple more times, spit on it and then walk out.
You do that, you start heading back out and just hear the soft music playing.
You really didn't like that house, did you?
It's just the trauma. It's just the trauma.
The house was fine, except when it tried to eat Viljana. It was Grandma that was the problem.
Right. You should probably see a professional about these things.
When it comes to killing grandmothers, we are the professionals.
No, I meant more talking about your problems with someone. See, being able to kill things is fine, but there's also, you gotta look after yourselves. And there's times when you gotta talk to someone who knows more than you do about how to heal your mind.
I think there's a very specific market for I had an otherworldly grandmother magically trick me and then try to eat me and my friends, and I don't think a therapist is really gonna be able to deal with that with me.
One of these two has peeled legs.
Yeah.
It's
I'm sure the right kind, Quill.
I speak to Kaz. He is a cleric. I always feel much better about myself and my life afterwards.
Exactly. So he's already a therapist. So you just need a therapist for yourself.
Yep. Yep.
You do itch if it's been 2 weeks and you haven't seen it.
I'm smiling in Troll Orc.
So you walk away and this music's just still playing in your heads.
Keep walking.
Let's get out of here.
Roll survival.
17.
Yep, so you pick your way back through. Takes some time, but you eventually come out to what looks like a large swamp of black water.
No, what's his face around?
Not right here, but you've come to the edge. You know it's a fairly big area of water.
Head to where we last saw him.
Keep going in.
You start walking around the edge. Whoever's in front, roll perception.
It's probably me.
Yeah.
23.
Yep, so you see something ahead that's very large and black on the ground. Seems to be writhing a little bit and bubbling.
Is that a problem?
Sure, look
I
at
hope not.
But all the good things are bad, and all the bad things, are they good?
Ah,
must be candy.
I lean down to it and ask in Sylvan, "Excuse me, are you all right?"
It's a long way off in the distance. It's massive. It's
I thought it was nearby.
put the equivalent would be like the size of a small whale.
Oh, okay. Well, if we get close, I can ask it if it's okay.
if there's no sign of
Siobhan.
Siobhan, I keep thinking Deshaun, but that's not right.
La Fonda.
If there's no sign of him, we should probably check it out. That thing might have eaten him. He did slap the tree before, and we know what happens when you do that.
What happened when you slapped the tree?
Tree slap back.
Shall we find out?
Oh, fair enough. That does sound about right for the Feywild.
You get attacked by static angels.
Static angels.
That sounds about right for the Feywild.
It's better than fiery angels.
Very much so. They're very angry.
I don't mind them that much.
You clearly have not spoken to one.
He's right, you know. They do get very angry. We should go talk to it.
I sort of look at Melwin and like, better keep walking.
Yep. You start moving up, and it's just a wall of flesh, essentially.
Oh.
It's bubbling and oozing, and some black ichor is dripping down from it to the ground.
I speak to it in Sylvan and say, "Excuse me, are you all right?"
You hear a response in Sylvan. I don't think he'll answer you. It seems to be coming from the other side of this wall of flesh, though.
Can I
is
find a
that
way
you?
around?
Yes.
Right.
Where did this thing come from?
The water.
Huh.
The water.
Yes.
Is this part of the negative energy?
Are you going to come around and talk to me or shout at me over this thing?
I'm walking
I did
around.
say I was going to try and find a way
I
around.
wasn't sure there was a way around.
Yeah, but they just kept talking as you were doing that. You could probably get around. Take 10 seconds to walk around the back of it. It's fairly large.
Over here. The way around's over here.
Walk around.
I walk through it.
You see him just sitting on a fallen log with a quill and parchment, just taking notes. You just see one single hole pierce through this thing, and it looks like it's almost burnt and withered away.
What is this hulking massive ichor?
Some kind of creature. Don't know. Quite strange, really.
Hello, nice to meet you. My name's Cal.
Oh, hello.
What's your name?
My name is Siobhan. Mesa Siobhan.
Nice to meet you.
Was that his hand? Shake your hand.
She
Where's
does,
your friend?
she pops in between the different planes, and she
Oh, a
seems to
plane
have-
shifter.
Yeah.
I've heard of your kind.
Well, I mean, I don't really know how it happens. It just does.
Yes, neither do
I'm
I.
just a gnome.
I would like to study you.
Oh, by all means. I don't know when I'll disappear though.
Just chuck her in a Faraday cage.
I don't know if that'll work.
Did you get what you came for then?
Yeah, we got it. I also got a little friend.
Strange. It didn't climb off you.
No, seems to like me.
Very strange.
He didn't wanted to come with him. I asked him about it.
Oh,
Doesn't
Very
have a
well.
lot of
Is it
communication
continuing to be
back, but
strange?
fine.
yes, quite.
Curiouser and curious.
Well, I've never seen one willingly split from the pack.
What is it exactly?
Well, we still don't know. have all the biology of a crystal, but they're living.
Does it feed off magical energy?
We have never seen them eat or consume.
Well, the best pet I could ever have.
The only one you'll ever keep alive.
Very low maintenance, they say.
Yeah,
Pet rocks.
perfect.
All I can now think is Steven Universe.
Have you filled out enough of your books?
I can come back anytime. He starts rolling up the parchment.
Let's go.
I'm guessing we go in the same way we go out the same way we came in.
He kind of looks at this giant thing, looks at it, and I guess, yes.
Yeah, this thing came from there, didn't it?
Yes.
This pool theoretically could be accessed by many planes, correct?
Well, if someone could plane shift to it, I suppose.
Hmm. Yeah, it does worry me, but it's alright. We'll be fine. We're always fine.
At the time when we just died 20 times.
When do you want to go back?
Now,
If you wish.
What now?
you said we would not lose time when we came here.
Well, that depends where we go back through.
Could we go back before we left?
Well, I don't think that's how it works.
Worth a shot.
Go
Wait,
back to like a second after you left.
Yep.
so
Sounds good.
is there like a point when we should leave to align at the right times? Or if we just go now, we might just pop out whenever?
We still have much to find.
It's all about leaving in the right place.
Ah,
The point where the weaves intersect.
yes, I understand. So the question is, where should we leave?
Well, I can sort that out if you tell me when you want to get back.
As soon as possible. We want to know as much time as possible for the veil shorn.
Ah, yes, that's right. That's why we're here.
If the moment we left, if we can get back at that exact moment, that'd be fantastic. Or as close to.
All right. Give me 10 minutes. He goes down and just kneels by the water and starts staring out over it.
So what was the reason you came down here in the first place?
We were real thirsty.
Yep.
That water we've got.
Oh, fair enough.
I got like real bad cravings for it and just need to come get some.
So this is literally the first person you haven't gone, "Hi, I'm Kaz. I destroyed the moon."
He's learning.
Fair enough.
But
I was in the middle of something. I didn't exactly have a chance to introduce myself.
But as we had you tell the dragon, we needed to bring the moon back.
What happened to the moon? I've been very
Here we
distracted
go.
for a very long time.
What? Why are you looking at me? I didn't do anything.
The dwarvish god Abbathor destroyed it.
Oh, fair enough. Why did he do that?
Because he's a dwarvish god.
Did you ask him why he did it?
We know why he did it.
We tried and then he killed us.
He's trying to get access to trying to control the ancient ones, and taking away the moon was just the first step of this process. And
People throw around the word underweave. And we
Why
like
did he want to do that though?
because he's an evil, malevolent god, and controlling an eviler, more older, malevolent god will not be good for him, I guess. I don't know. I don't.
Yes,
Did you
why?
not say he was the god of greed?
He's a god of assholes, that's for damn sure.
Hey, got him.
Coffee sees your god then.
Do I now know vicious mockery?
That's it. You just hit him for default damage. Whatever he is.
To myself.
Yes, but why would he do that?
See, the minds of evil creatures aren't that easy to understand. There's nothing he will really gain out of it, other than when everything's gone, he can recreate it however he wishes.
That's senseless. You can't control everything.
That's why good people stop evil people.
You make a very good point. So why is the moon destroyed and why do you have to bring it back?
Because I was the one that is responsible for him getting out, and I feel kind of responsible to get it back.
That makes sense. What do you need to bring the moon back?
I don't know.
But if you don't know, then what's the point of your quest?
I have an idea, and I'm trying to complete this idea so that I can possibly have another idea
So what's your idea?
to create the Eye of Abbathor.
What's the Eye of Abbathor?
It's has been 10 minutes.
30 seconds.
It is a thing we need.
Yes, what is it?
It's
I
very,
might have seen it.
you definitely haven't seen it
Why not?
because it's very, very old.
Try me.
Oh, we came across one before. That was before Abbathor put it in his face.
The main reason you wouldn't have seen one of these before is because one of the ingredients to make the bowl, to make this thing, requires the waters of the Feywild, which we just got what seems to be the only one of.
Well, they regenerate themselves after a while.
Yeah, how long?
Can't tell you.
It's a long time. I'm gonna guess that's a long, long time.
But it's so small, it probably refills quickly.
Depends how many drops you need. What else is it required?
I don't know, the whole thing. I haven't really done the math on it yet.
Fire gifted from the gods, water
Yeah.
from the Feywild, mithril, adamantite, deep coals, blood of the willing, and a pure diamond.
I know,
And
where
this.
And the Eye of the Overseer.
I know where you can find a bunch of that stuff.
Yeah, most of that stuff's fairly easy to come by, except for the Flame of the Gods. That's another real difficult trip. We're
Well,
gonna
you
have
just
to
go to the realm of the gods.
Yeah, well,
It's not that hard to get to.
yeah.
I was there about a month ago.
It was also
You were at Archon.
Hey, I was there about a month ago.
it's also rather easy to get here.
Aye. It sure is.
Yeah. It's not the getting to here that has been the issue. It's
It's the
been the
leaving?
being here.
Oh, the being here. You see, I normally just wait it out, and then I just leave again.
Yeah, we've had to move and do stuff, and we don't have the particular ability to go like.
Well, we are just waiting now.
Well, I mean, neither do I. It's usually
You're
fine
not
to just
helping
talk
the
to things.
situation.
Oh, I think I am. For myself, at least.
Oh god damn.
You see, one thing I've learned about the Feywild is that as long as you're able to actually talk to the things around you, you'll normally be fine.
Yeah, but I only speak Dwarvish script. That is nothing in the Feywild. This is not my place.
Then you can learn Sylvan. I can teach you if you want before I pop away.
Oh no, I'm alright. My tongue isn't exactly made for Elvish.
Well, Sylvan isn't exactly Elvish. They're slightly different.
Nah, it's still Elvish script. It's the same sounds and nonsense.
I mean, not really.
It's too fancy.
Has the damage of the moon affected anyone else that you've seen?
I don't know. I mean, I haven't noticed it.
Have you been to the negative material plane?
How long ago was that? Oh, at least about 9 months ago, probably more. It's been a very long time.
If
You'd not believe how long I've been a shifter for.
How long?
Your whole life?
Well, I'm about to turn 203, and I've been doing this for as long
203.
as I remember.
You don't know, I mean.
Probably at least 200 years.
Oh.
It's been a while.
I do not know if my family has been around that long.
My head
That's
is
fair
bleeding
enough.
too much for this conversation. I'm gonna have it lie down. It's gonna like light up against the flesh thing.
You just feel this goose spread across the back of your wound.
I mean,
Ew.
Yeah, a little bit gets inside.
Hopefully it envelops me. If it goes in my ears, I'm fine.
You see a dwarf that could really use a hidden red mist right now.
I don't know how much left you have any.
what other mists do you have?
I've got all of them.
I only got the red one. The rest of them are crap.
I got the red one, the blue one, the green one, and the black one.
I am, however, collecting another bottle of this goop.
Sure.
I mean, on the upside, I probably know someone at every place you need to go. So, depending on if I get there first, I can always send in a good word for you. Make sure you've got whatever you need ready.
I'd rather not word precede us.
Well, it depends where you have to go.
I wouldn't mind an appointment or whatever we need to do to get the fires.
Yeah, that'd be
I
good.
think that will be protected by something that we wish to be
At this point, we have no.
polite to.
Well, if you need celestial fire from the gods. Next time I'm over, I can ask. If I'm there before you, of course.
Is there a chance that you're not from the same point in time we are?
No idea. What year is it?
2.
DM?
By Dale reckoning, I think it is 1438.
I have no idea.
I may be off slightly.
I have no idea. I lost track of a lot of time when I started shifting. I only assume I'm 202 because that's how old I feel. I could be older, could be younger. I have no idea.
You did notice as you shifted between like Feywild and things, there has been some discrepancy in time. Some passed faster, some slower. So you figure you're probably from the same timeline, but there's probably some disparity in there.
That's why I don't know.
Yep. Alright then, are we all ready?
Oh yeah.
As ready as I'll ever be.
Alright, let's go. He gets up and starts walking across the water.
Jafar runs really fast to the water and takes the water again.
That was just a waste of a
17.
17? Yep, you start running and stand on top of the water.
Oh, I've never shifted like this before.
I'll walk over and start swimming, I assume.
Yep.
I'll follow the others so that their friend will probably come back.
Probably.
Probably. I have no idea. I don't know how this works for everyone else.
We get there, everyone has been waiting for like 4 months.
She's only a couple of days away.
I watched the moon disappear again.
The day of Valshorn, 6 years later.
Who's the president?
Alright, I would walk into the water and cover up my little butt like little crystal dude and just try and keep him there and let him keep him safe.
So you're in a heavy armor walking into the water. You're just gonna, as you walk, you're just gonna go straight under.
I mean, wasn't that the goal?
No.
Oh shit.
I mean, you see him walking on top of the water.
Can you hit us up with some water walking, Siobhan?
Thank you for asking.
I mean, I can do it, I just need 3 minutes, but yeah, if you're gonna hit us up, that's great, cheers.
He waves his hand and you will just float to the top, including you. You're swimming on the surface.
I was enjoying that. Standing up in my full, my heavy armor, and just keep walking.
You see him pull out this strange rusty looking sword, start poking about in the water a little bit as he walks. Yep, here we are.
Same Joe, stand on the pillory thing.
Not this time. He sort of folds his arm and starts sinking into the water.
Ooh, I do the same.
Oh, I've never shifted like this before. This is fun.
Jafar does a flip and dives in.
Yep.
Does he just turn the water walk off, or like do we sink down as well? Or do we?
You just start seeing he's just going slowly down.
Alright.
There is a bit where you must concentrate and project yourself with your mind.
And you all start sinking into this dark water that's just surrounding you. Everyone make a wisdom save.
9.
23.
20.
That's not right. 21.
15.
So you three start sinking into this dark water, remembering who you are, what you're doing here.
Is Kaz looking happy again?
Looking happier than you've seen him in at least 6 hours.
I've never plane shifted like this before, and I woke up at home.
You're underwater and you say that out loud and you're surprised to work out as you reflect on it, hey, that worked, you're talking underwater.
You have to send your... You have to think yourself forward to where you wish to go.
I make
Dun,
my
dun, 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 dun,
I
dun.
make my soul leave my body.
Do a d20, everyone that passed their save.
Wait, did I pass my save?
I mean, I would like to see these guys go first.
Well, they're not. They're kind
12.
of vaguely treading water. Yep,
12.
so Medrith tells you to leave your body and go forward, and you think it's kind of like meditation, which you've learnt about. So you start meditating and imagining yourself moving forward, and you open your eyes, look behind you, and you turn around, you're facing yourself face to face, and then you see your body just disappear and sink into the darkness.
Oh, I see. That's fascinating. I don't plane shift like this. That's awesome.
So you focus your mind, and you're a little bit distracted by the gnome getting so excited.
And these guys. So who is looking like they're not doing anything?
Cass and Jathar.
Are we backing our bodies or do we have to roll again?
You don't remember why you're there, just floating in this darkness.
Jathar. You. Jathar. Kaz, you. Kaz. Imagine yourself floating towards, what did we call it? The prime material plane. Use your mind. If you do not do it quickly, you'll get trapped.
Give a shot.
Roll a d20.
He fails.
That's cocked. Let me roll that again.
Oh, that's better.
So you do what the strange guy tells you, and you just start moving forward, disappearing. Jathar's just floating around in circles.
Like what? You taught me this. You said, imagine yourself going forward. Like this. Natural 20 again. Jathar's lessons.
Yeah, you see Medrith disappear out of his body and his other body fade behind him. No, he looks like a man, which is a bit startling, but everything's a bit weird down here. Roll a 2d20s.
4, 9.
Apparently a natural 20 didn't. Jathar just doesn't seem to be getting it. He's too busy, like, he sees his tail and
I'm
then starts swimming
admiring
after it.
knowledge of
Oh,
Paul.
I'm gone. I'm fine.
The other Jafar's not there yet.
Is it?
No. So you
Everyone
just
else gets to see
see
himself.
your tail and you're chasing it around in circles in the water.
I got a 10 a while back.
Roll again.
Nat 20.
So you start focusing and you hear this strange swishing sound. Look up and you see his tobacco just spinning in circles, chasing his tail. You sort of close your eyes again and just step forward. And you all start moving off. You see Jathar swimming in circles.
I think your friend's gonna die out here.
He's always doing this then. He turns up at the last minute and stabs the enemies in the back.
Oh, he'll be fine then.
Yes. He's the greatest rogue in the land.
Oh, he'll be fine then.
Jafar, if you float away, there's free shit up here.
This one time he jumped down a cliff and survived.
9.
Everything we've just gone through, Jathar's gonna die coming back to the material plane.
Jathar is such a great rogue, he once bought a horse and cart.
Incredible.
For
Not
one
even I've
gold
been able to do
piece.
that.
Not that I actually know that.
Impossibly hard to acquire.
So you start sinking and eventually feel this rush around you and the blackness turns into light. And you're standing on this plinth in the middle of the water with a water wall rushing up around you.
Am I still memoryless?
Sorry?
Am I still memoryless?
You come back and you feel like you haven't gone yet. Like this is where you got, it's time to go to the Feywild.
Do I have a little crystal thing on it? Yes. Alright.
You just have no idea what the hell it is and how it got there if
That's
you
right.
let it.
Oh,
Alright, I'm
that's
not.
fascinating. I've never plane shifted like that before.
Sorry, what? What now?
We did it. We're back.
Oh, do you know
I haven't left yet.
Kaz's memory is very bad. He keeps on losing it.
Oh, that's fair enough.
Turns out that if you really want to forget things hard enough, you just do.
The ultimate skill.
That's your little friend there. I asked it if it wanted to come with you, and it said yes. I didn't specifically say because it doesn't exactly have a speaking voice, but I asked it to blink back if it said yes or no, and it said yes. So it's your little friend. It's Crystal.
As you poke it, you sort of see these little eyes appear at the top of the crystal and blink at you and disappear back into it.
In a way more wholesome way than I did before.
Yes, it's your little friend.
Oh no!
It's your little friend that wanted to come with you.
I'm so happy right now. So happy.
I roll 2d20s.
Where's your other friend? Shouldn't he be back yet?
We normally
16.
cannot see him. He sneaks so well. He's probably around laughing at us.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, you get bored of chasing a tail, so all you can think of is it'd be way more fun to chase something else's tail. And you sort of step forward looking for something and look behind you and there is something there with a tail to chase.
It's a glorious tale. I better not chase it.
Yeah, so you start chasing it. After standing around chatting for about a minute with Master Siobhan looking a bit bored, you hear a splash and you just see Jathar fall out of the water.
I told you.
But it wasn't particularly stealthy.
I wasn't stealthy at all.
He's trying. No, I think he was trying to splash water on us. He's not very good at that.
Oh, fair
You
enough.
sort of get up
He
and
has
scramble
hats.
around. You remember just before you left you were swimming in the water and this is obviously a continuation from that.
Am I still water walking? So we
no.
were walking last night.
Or you've come out onto the platform now.
No.
Just before you left, that's where you were.
Very well, let us go.
Okay.
Do I remember what happened?
No. You remember coming here to go, but you haven't gone yet.
Run me through this. We've already been.
You just accidentally released the god Abbathor, and he destroyed them.
I remember all that.
Your life sucks.
We've already been to the. I'm aware of that.
You have a little friend now.
You haven't lost as much memory as last time, then.
There's also a strange gnome, and Vilvana's missing.
So we've been to the Feywild then.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
aware.
Cause shit's weird.
Yep.
Alright, things that happen. Okay.
And you have a new little friend.
I'm happy about this. But where's Vilvana?
That is Vilvana. Her magic went weird.
I'm done. Let's go.
No, Mithras is making up a little bit of a lie. No, see what happened is,
I'm alright. I'm walking.
my name's Cal and I'm a traveller. But I travel between planes and I don't exactly know how I do it. But I just pop between. And so I think you and your friend Giovanna.
I'm too drunk and confused. I need to sleep.
And your head's aching for some reason.
And I'm also covered in like goo.
I'm sure
The
it
water
will
washed
show
that
off.
off.
Oh, okay. Oh, sweet.
But you do still feel a thudding in the back of your head, and you feel a bit of fresh blood there from the water.
Sorry, I had to knock you unconscious.
Yeah, you had this part where you were really angry and didn't want to go back with the others.
Tell you what, we'll go back to town. We'll have a drink. We'll rehash everything that's happened. Alright? Not doing it in the middle of this goddamn swamp.
Very well. I swim up the wall of water.
Yeah.
Go along.
I'm exhausted. It's time for a night's sleep. It's the middle of the day.
Master Siobhan waves his hands in the water, starts rising. You all start rising on it. Takes about 2 minutes, and it becomes flat again. Let's go then. He starts walking. Who's in front?
I was being impatient, so probably me.
Yeah.
Roll a perception check.
10.
Yeah, cool.
We're in the water again, aren't we?
Walking on top of the water.
I'll just look around and see if Bill's up here.
Jafar
For
is
some
running
reason.
around.
You look around and you can't see anything. Roll perception.
12.
But there is someone walking over there, somewhere ahead on the water.
Okay, just one.
You can see one, and there seems to be someone swimming along near them.
Oh, this is getting weird. Do you see those people up there?
Everybody hide.
We're on water.
Do what you can. Hide.
Hello there.
Am I right about who that is, Siobhan?
Won't matter, it'll sort itself out.
It was solid. If you say so.
It does get a little bit weird if you haven't seen it before. Do brace yourselves. He continues to walk forward, and you go forward to see mirror images of yourself walking forward.
Did they notice us?
Yeah, they look quite surprised.
I give myself a solid high five.
You don't get that close.
Fascinating way to
I
travel.
hope you're ready. You see them walk towards you, and their eyes just roll back into their heads, and they just slump into the water and disappear.
The
Oh,
riddle is hope.
Oh, that's really fascinating.
Yes, realities sorting themselves out. Not for the faint of heart.
That's incredibly fascinating. I've never travelled like that before. That's awesome.
I've seen some fucked up shit.
oh
That is
that was
near the
next
top of the list.
next fucking level, dude. We just became slump.
Yes, please brace yourselves.
Oh no, I was well braced.
Braced.
It might have
But how?
more specific of how much you should have.
Yeah, well, some details beforehand
It's
was like
like-
nice because I could have prepared for that mentally, but I was not bracing for that.
I can tell you nothing prepares you the first time.
I was thinking maybe like an awkward hello or something like that. Not. Ugh.
Some would argue that was a very awkward hello. Anyway, let's keep moving.
How disturbed would you be if I told you I've had dreams like that?
I mean, it would make a lot of sense, but you should probably see a
I
therapist.
feel like it's more disturbing that it just came real.
You keep using that word. I do not know what it means.
You.
A therapist is someone that is especially trained in helping you work through your issues. I've seen a lot of them in my travels. They're really, really good for travellers and adventurers because it helps you process all the fucked up shit you've done.
Ah, like a master of arms.
Sort of, but for your mind.
Master of brains, if you will.
It's like an axe, but in the mind.
Exactly. So you train your mind in order to help you process and become stronger. Mental fortitude.
If you come across somebody that calls themselves a master of brains, don't trust them. That's an illithid.
But the illithid aren't very smart.
That is the mistake you will make.
Hey, when that illithid asked me what I was doing there, I said I'd been ordered there, and he believed me and walked off.
With magic. You did that with magic.
No, I did not. He looked into my mind and he saw the truth. That I had been ordered there by you. Do you not just trick illithids?
Yep, nope. No.
Master Siobhan's walking and just kind of looks at you. You're a plane shifter.
Aye.
Yet you're still the most normal one here. Just keeps walking.
It's surprising.
So after some time, you cross the swamp, coming out and heading towards the eastern gate.
At some point I'm...
You're trying to headbutt the trees.
No, I'm trying to like
He's
practice
using
my
his mind.
accents.
He's attacking brains.
Roll a d20.
I did, I got 11. I was trying to see how subtle it was.
So every now and then you just see Medros just like slam his head forward.
I don't particularly think that's what you're supposed to be doing. You might give yourself a brain shake.
Then I need to be stronger.
It's like hitting yourself with your weapon.
No, see, a therapist is someone you specifically go to and they will specifically train you. It's difficult to do by yourself.
Ah.
I'm gonna give myself a brain shake in a minute.
Oh, yes.
That's a
Sorry
really
about,
good cocktail I've heard.
Magic's not that great. Yes, very well.
I figured it was you. It's a very large dent.
You'll be fine.
It'll pop out.
Dwarves are hardy from the
Or the
ones
hill
I've
grow
known.
over it.
He is very hardy.
So you make your way back to the town. There's a couple of guards at the gate. They see Maester Siobhan just step aside. You follow them through. You make your way up the main path and get towards where the library is. As well, good luck then, I suppose.
You know, let us know if you need anything.
I think you've got bigger problems than that at the moment.
Viliana, did she not want access to the more private sections of your books?
Well, if she comes to visit me, she's welcome.
Uh,
When you find her.
What was the mountain that we were gonna need to visit at some point?
The mountain.
What was it? It was Fire of the Gods.
Mount Celestia.
That's the one.
The gods are in Archon.
I was thinking Mount Celestial, but that didn't sound right. Mount Celestia is probably our next best stop.
Well, that is where the fires are gifted.
Mm.
No.
Can we come back from there with having no time passed?
Not unless the gods favour you.
Let's
They're really nice once you get to know them.
do you have an ability that could allow us to get? Did you have knowledge of a passage that could get us there?
I mean, I do, but that's probably not helpful with the rest of you.
I mean, I'm well aware of it. Wait, can you control where you go?
No.
Then, yeah, not helpful.
Can you,
I also can't take anything myself.
We're going to Celestia. Plan yourself.
maybe we can all jump in a bag of holding. She can wear it, and then when she's in the right place, she can take us out.
Just wait.
Oh, right. If you're all done with stupid ideas, I can get you there.
I mean,
She can't control it. She goes randomly. It wouldn't work. We'd have to be in there for months.
You, how would you feel about staying with me? I can maybe help you with this. I can't stop you shifting, but I could maybe teach you how to control it a little.
Sure.
Very well, come with me.
Aye.
We'll see you in like 9 hours when we've all had a rest, I guess.
Yes. I'm very well rested.
Yeah. Well, I'm very tuckered out.
I can see. What happened to your head anyway?
I can't remember. I think
Probably for the best by the looks of it.
apparently he hit me.
Ah, yes, that sounds about right.
he did not want to leave.
Well, he killed me, so one up on you there, Cass.
I did not kill you.
Yeah.
You really sound like all of you should see a therapist together.
I think
Part of
if,
therapy has you were.
if I told a therapist my story, he'd need to go see a therapist. And I don't want to put my burden on other people.
But that's
So
what they signed up for.
I don't want to do that. That's my choice. I'm gonna I'm just gonna drink and sleep. It's worked for 40 years.
Aye, but you won't reach 202 like that.
God, I hope not. 70 and I just... Nope.
70 you're so young.
Are you almost done?
Oh, aye.
Alright, let's go. I'll see you all when I see you.
Yes. Thank you.
Have a good night.
Mm.
It's nice to meet all of
Day,
you.
wherever you are.
Nice to meet you. Good luck with the popping around.
And remember, you should learn Sylvan.
Yes. Your assistance was much needed.
That's okay.
Alright, shall we then?
Aye.
He holds his hand out and gestures towards a very large, well-appointed library with double doors.
Head inside.
Leads you up the pathway. You all start heading back down the main road towards the tavern. And that's where we're going to leave it for this week. So thank you everyone for stopping by, and stick around for 5 minutes for player chat. We will be back shortly. We'll see how we go. Do we look weird or are we?
Nah, you're pretty good.
When you say we're up, we actually are.
Unusual.
It's fine.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Alright, so thank you for sticking around everyone. So we're going to answer the first question that I saw, which was who do you think would win in a no-holds-barred fight? And I said the DM. I'm right, but
Yeah.
the DM wasn't involved. What do we think?
Well, it depends. If Juliana actually twins her spells against a single target, she would.
See?
No,
She might be able to
everybody
fight
would charge in, then Nirvana and Copper would just blow everyone up in one big hit.
Oh, is this everyone versus everyone?
See, I would win because I just disappear before it gets too bad.
Let's be honest, Jafar would win. I would just hide until the guy to not stab me in the back.
Default.
Default.
If it's 1v1 battles, Jafar doesn't really stand a chance. because he's a rogue. So he's like,
Is he?
yeah.
Are you sure about
He's
that?
the greatest rogue.
But the key point is his wisdom save is so low. So that
Wait.
old
Yeah,
person.
Key point, he's a monk.
rogue.
Yeah, key point. Yeah, we'll drop that off. Can't kill monks.
The greatest monk in the land.
See,
Surely you've got a persona that's the greatest monk in the
I
land.
think I'm the most combat-focused character.
if it was a battle royale, I'd probably have the better chance than anyone else because I'd throw down Spirit Guardians and Sanctuary at the same time and just watch everyone's attacks drift to somebody else.
Well, no one will go near you if you had Spirit Guardians. You just get hit with everything ranged.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
then
I
you
think
still
it
have to
has solid
focus.
chance.
But if it don't. I have a feeling that if it was a battle royale, yeah, I'd just go down quick. I can't get past.
I think I have a solid chance. That's just my spells.
Far as Holly would be Battle Royale. He's hiding in the corner.
Hiding in a barrel full of fish.
Yeah.
No one will think twice.
Yeah.
Depending on exactly what you're throwing at me, but yeah.
I still had a good chance, and then I just wait until I disappeared.
You just took some burn damage. But standing is not winning, it's rain
Technically, if you
losing.
disappear, you lost the Battle Royale.
Technically, you just lost.
The thing is, with if you're dropping Fireball, I'm fine with that. I have a really bad deck save, but my armor has this really weird rule attached to it.
Fair enough.
I get resistance to fire-based spells that have deck saves. I'm not giving away my secret.
Fair enough.
Your greatest.
Secret.
Oh yeah, this is actually what Cal looks like, because I actually attached a photo and
She's in a
everything.
car?
Look, it was a selfie of a person that worked, and it fit the look I wanted.
Driving between the realms.
My character build is really hindered until next level, where I pick up the second attack. That changes things for me.
Oh, my character build is just hindered.
Yeah.
Actually, the belt's kind of helping. It's making me a little bit better in combat and, utility. But other than that, when I built the character, I was like, this is useless.
The thing about PvP for PCs is it's so dependent on who gets what off. Like,
Yeah.
we're all very glass cannon-y. Like, if I get a hold person and an action surge, whoever I hit's dead.
It's very much dependent on the dice rolls as
Yeah.
well.
See, I'd do better if I just sat back, threw on Spirit Guardians, and then just healed myself.
Yeah.
Very
Prevent
true.
death.
The downside of being a warlock as well is like, magic.
I mean, I built this character in like an hour. I have minimal attachment, but I'd fucking go my all in a battle royale.
Especially because you've got no attachment.
I know.
You
it's
die,
the
you die.
best.
Next week, Battle Royale.
I'm sure the gods or someone will at some point be like, if you want this, you need to fight for our entertainment.
Yeah, Illmater.
Yeah.
To be fair, the battle royale is only going to happen when both of the D&D games meet at the same time.
Oh, we'll sort of them. They're what, like level 2?
Yeah. Cass is like, yeah, hey, I destroyed the moon. Everyone's like, Fireball!
I'm still partially convinced that Medrith can take on the entirety of the Tuesday spree.
Probably have the HP for it.
Considering
is-
they're all lower levels, probably.
The question is
Even I'm higher level than them.
is Kai high enough level he has to attack now?
Yes.
Alright, that might be the changing factor. He's level 5.
And also there is a party member that's an NPC that's much higher level.
Oh, that doesn't count.
Is my girl in the party back? Because they've been in the Feywilds, I haven't been watching, so.
Oh, we'll just have to watch and find out.
I will have to go back and watch now we're at the Feywilds.
Miguel gets 6 attacks, plus 20 to hit and plus 400 damage.
Yeah, but
each
we
strike.
have Artemis and Siobhan. They just wrecked them.
Well, if you bring them along, that's a different story.
And I'm
Oh,
just
they're
going
on
to go
their
home.
NPC.
I don't think they're that interested in helping you.
And
Yeah,
I'm just going to go home.
I don't know if Artemis would actually help us. I don't know what attack us for the other team.
No, he'd
That being said,
he'd
though,
probably sit down,
we
cross his
have
legs and watch.
possibly an army of drow that would be like, yeah, sure, we'll back you up. You really did a solid for
Oh,
us.
check out those 15-year-old kids. Let's smash them together.
But that's the other thing.
They got beef for this. They said this about the Forest Queen. Let's get them.
They burn down trees.
Yeah, you could tell.
Yeah. Just look at that guy.
See Papa and Luna running up and like healing a bit of bark. Yeah, they're burning down trees. That one on perception. All right, kill them.
No, the roll is hard deception. Well, I am intending to at some point go into a bar and find some people in a bar brawl and ask to like practice my therapy with them.
It's like these guys punching on this giant orc and hey, let's therapy.
I mean, that's one kind of therapy, but not the ideal kind.
So
For an orc, maybe.
because I like
It's just Fight Club therapy, right?
yeah.
Just don't talk about it.
because I'm a Terry Pratchett fan, I referenced the dwarfs in there. It's like, you don't need to carry an axe in your hand, you carry an axe in your mind.
In answer to your question, are time shenanigans involved? Yes. The players just witness themselves die.
No.
I mean, and then there's time shenanigans.
Yes. And then they witness themselves die again.
Yeah, that was
Yes,
that
it
was
is.
vivid.
So there is one timeline where you're happy.
Yeah, we've got no memories.
Yeah, and you're dead.
Yeah.
I'm assuming my memories of the Feywild might come back. I don't know, but if they don't, I'm all right with that because the amount of times that I had my memories disappear and come back, that was sticking with me for a long, long time.
Luckily, you don't
really
remember that
need
happening
therapy.
now. You just remember you're going to go to the Feywild. None of that happened. You never lost your memories. You've just been miserable all the time.
See, I just kind of like left where I started, whereas things were worse on the way back.
So I'd just like to say, Copper Grazie, that, Josh, that the grandma thing, my character's from I think I've said this before, but my character's from a place where matriarchal lines, especially like grandmothers, aren't important, which of course they are in the real world very much, but it means that to him a grandma is not really a term for it. So the grandma was some sort of magical threat, and we killed him, and it's actually a genuine praise because he doesn't know what the grandma really is. Yeah, and you'd be very happy that some sort of witch hag-like creature got burnt to death.
Yeah. Very haggy witch-like creature. And no one even took the magical dagger from him, so it's probably fine.
We took the rusty knife that we used to cut each other off.
Yeah, someone did.
Yeah.
It was literally the only note from that session. That's right, Vil, witch knife.
Yep.
I should really catch up on the rest of the streams, not just watch my own game.
Oh, right.
That's the best.
See, I know what's happening in all three, by default.
Default. Default.
That's a good question. Did Viljana die in the water with us?
Yes.
I stole her body.
And now you're wearing it like a skin suit.
Yeah,
It's more like a scale suit.
Yeah, a little bit.
I can't believe I'm just a scaly now.
So in a week, she sheds her skin and Bill is just back.
Yeah.
so much of that Feywild experience literally just like it was designed to just break Cass over and over
It's
again.
kind of
It's
designed to break everyone over and over again.
But that grandmother thing hasn't seen his family in like 41 years and then like gets magically tricked into believing this thing is his grandmother and then just tries to kill him and he just like and then he gets the flood of his memories back and just like.
But not only that, she was like super happy to see him and real home cooked meal. It wasn't like disapproving grandma.
Yeah, it wasn't like I can't believe you've done these things. It was very homely. Like
It was a nice Italian grandmother.
Like
hence
if you
why-
just lent into the delusion, it would have been a wonderful experience until you're dead.
Well, the whole time I'm sitting, like, when I was trying to do that, I'm like, I'm just confused.
These are nice grapes. I don't know why I can't see them.
But boy, are they juicy.
Yeah. So did you enjoy the game?
I did. I had a lot of fun. For anyone wondering why I was the guest star for today, because I'm sure it's the question on everyone's mind.
It's not mine. I was really confused when you showed up.
The answer is because I only played the Thursday game. I thought, gee, D&D is the main thing we do, and people don't know I exist. Therefore, I'm going to make a D&D character that can have the ability to pop in and out when there's a space on the panel.
In fairness, all of us know you exist.
Do we?
In my
Well, I
heart.
hope so. You play on Thursday as well.
I don't know who you're talking to. Who are you talking to?
In my heart, I know
Jafar?
you both exist. But we both know that I exist.
Emotionally,
Nick,
we all
you're able to
exist.
throw your voice pretty well at the fourth seat down.
That green suit I'm wearing.
Well, thanks for sticking around. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night for our next D&D game, When the Seas Will Sign, and back on Thursday for everyone but Cass.
Ah,
Aww.
you can come if you
Just
want.
more misery.
No, alright, if I made a post-apocalyptic character, it would be even sad.
It's just gonna be Cass, but a human.
The only backstories I'm able to write are just not fun.
Do it.
Thanks very much, guys. We'll see you hopefully tomorrow.
I'll be accountable.
Yeah.
We already have those.